Sunday fun day. Here we go. Gonna be an awesome one. We got tiny little slugs today. I'm psyched. Are you Comatron? Oh yeah, Comatron is psyched. I am psyched. There's nothing better than doing a stream of a new Amiga game in 2020 with the developer. It's gonna be awesome. I'm just finishing up the social media blasts. Ernie76, what is up, Ernie? I'm from New York. New York, New York. The city's so great, they had to name it twice. Explorer, what is up, Explorer? Spoonchorn is here. Nah, yeah, I'm from New York, USA. Shimaboo, no need to be scared. This is gonna be fun. Delamort78, what is up? Jost80, great to see you. The real Tony Rocks, rocking it out in the chat. What's up, my man? The Purple Haze Maker is here. Vincent GR, my man, how's it going? Sorry, Spongehorn. 10 Mark is here. What's up, 10 Mark? 10 Amiga Retrocast, my man. Hope you are well. It was crazy. Chest X Barry Fail. I was like I made like a new template, and I think things are cleaner now. I was like, Slamy's coming on. I wanna make something special for Slamy. And you know, today's stream is all about a tiny little slug. By my calculation, slugs are carbon-based life forms. So I thought it would be appropriate to start the stream with a demo about carbon-based life forms. This is Carbon-Based by Decadence. Amiga. Assembly 2015. I love that demo. A demo about a carbon-based life form. Now let's see a trailer about a carbon-based life form. Tiny little slug in the house. Looking good, looking good. I love the physical copies. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. It is awesome to have you all here today. I'm so psyched. I'm so excited because there's a new Commodore Amiga game that just came out, and we've got the developer with us. We got Slamy with us. Slamy's gonna tell us all about his new game, Tiny Little Slug. We just saw the trailer for it. Oh man, it's so good to see everyone here. Yeah, awesome, Svinto. I'm glad you're psyched. MVG, the modern vintage gamer. He's modern. He's vintage, and he's a gamer, and he's a sub. He's in the sub club for 28 months. Thanks, MVG. You rock, dude. It is awesome to have everyone here. Sanzian, what's up, buddy? So I got some commands. I hope you're liking the VHS cam. You can see I got two other cams in the background. I got a Canon C300 Mark II there against the closet, and I got Canon XL1 there, and I got a Canon 5D Mark III behind that XL1. Craziness. That game looks awesome. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to play some Tiny Little Slug. Yeah, now if you're new to my streams, I usually do Amiga news before starting the stream. We talk about what's going on in the Amiga community. Oh, look at that! My new template failed me. Hold on, let me raise that alert up. Hold on, let me raise that alert up. Thank you for that, Sanzian. Sanzian01. 17 months of subscriptions, Sanzian. Thank you so much, my dude. I hope all's well. I hope everyone's safe. Captain John Archer, what is up, buddy? You and Amiga Sons are psyched. Yeah, this is gonna be a great stream. This game is very family friendly. It's a really cool game. As I learned in the trailer, that you don't actually you don't kill anyone. That's pretty rad. You just kind of avoid the enemies, which is super cool. I want to talk to Slamy about that. So anyway, I usually do Amiga news at this point, but I'm just gonna get right into the stream because I don't want to keep Slamy waiting. It's very nice to have him join us today. So I got some commands. Hey, yo, Purple Haze Maker, thank you so much for the host, my dude. I got some commands that you're gonna want to use in chat today. I got game. Game will direct you to the website for Tiny Little Slug. I got. Oh, that's wrong. I got a slug command that will bring you to a place where you can purchase Tiny Little Slug, and I think I have a buy command. I think. Do I have a buy command? Yeah, I got a buy command. So if you want to know where to buy Tiny Little Slug, you can do !slug, or you can do !buy. If you want information about Tiny Little Slug, you can do !game. It directs you to the Tiny Little Slug website. Buy will take you to the Amiga Future website. Amiga Future, amazing Amiga magazine, and they are distributors for Tiny Little Slug, which we'll get into in a second. I hope everyone's doing great, man. I hope everyone is safe and sound in these crazy times. Today we'll get our mind off the real world and into Amiga world. Sansian01 says, we at the Future Was 8-Bit are giving away Rodman for everyone to play if anyone is interested to have a game while hunkered down in their retro caves. Yo, Sansian01, that is extremely, extremely generous. If you do !shop, it will drop a link to thefuturewas8bit.com, and you guys can get a free game, man. You get a free game today, too, thanks to thefuturewas8bit.com. Extremely... Future Was 8-Bit is so generous. They are extremely generous people. They are supporters of Westchester Amiga User Group. They donated stuff to our meeting, so thank you so much for all the support there, Tim and Rod. That is awesome. That's super cool of you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, only thing that happened, I'm just getting warmed up here. Oh, it's download from the itch site, Sansian. Drop that link into the chat for me. Yeah, Rodman is an awesome game. I totally agree. We had a Rodman competition at our WOG party over the summer. It was super rad. Let me see if so I made new templates. As you can see, it failed already at the beginning of the stream. Let me just put this down here. Boom. Okay. So I was making new templates for my stream just because, you know, it's like I had nothing else to do. So let me see if this works. If I do desktop full screen. Okay, perfect. That does work. Oh, look where I am. I also dropped a new video on the Guru Meditation about the video toaster. If you saw my stream like last week or 2 weeks ago, you basically already saw this video. This is a condensed version of it. If you're interested in seeing this video, I'll drop. Hey, be quiet. I'll drop this link into the chat, and then I want to show you. I really came here to show you the other websites, but I'll drop this link into the chat for you. There you go. Let me go to the Future Was 8-Bit. Here's the Future Was 8bit.com. They're awesome supporters of my stream of Westchester Amiga User Group. I highly recommend you go there to buy the Pen Ultimate, the SD2 IEC. They have amazing stuff for the 8-bit computers, the Commodore 64, VIC-20. And where is that? Okay, and here's the link for the Rodman. Here's the link to Rodman. It's an awesome game from them, and it's free to download now. There's the link. You guys got it. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much for your generosity. That is super cool. Hey, what's up, Rudy Soup? Great to see you, man. I hope you and your family are safe. Hope you guys are safe and sound out there, Rudy. We're going on a 24-hour lockdown at 8 p.m. tonight for an undetermined amount of time, so things are a little bit nuts here in New York. This is a market game. And let's see, this link here will take us to information about the tiny little slug. But I'll tell you what. Instead of reading off the website, let's get the man himself on. Let's bring on Slamy. Let me turn down the music here. As much as I love my hippo player and the yoga Leidenhall music, it's awesome. I wanna bring on Slamy. Let's see. Let me see if my template works here. Let's see if this works. Let's see if we got it. There he is. Slamy, I see you. Check 1, check 2. Check 1. Can you hear me, Slamy?
I can hear you, yes.
All right. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for coming on the stream. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's thank you for having me at your channel.
Oh, you're welcome. So I haven't really played the game yet, but I booted it up to test it out to see if it works, and it's incredible, dude. Congratulations. And I always say this to anyone who comes on my streams, like, thank you so much for like making new Amiga games here in 2020. It's incredible that people are still supporting these old computers, and not just supporting them, but like coming out with like great stuff that that's actually really fun to play. So I just want to thank you right off the bat for your hard work.
It's much appreciated.
So speaking of your hard work, now, Slamy, we've never talked before. This is the first time we're chatting, and so why don't you just tell me a little bit about yourself and your like how you're connected to the Amiga community and some of the projects you've done, or if this is your first project.
I have to say first I'm a Slamy. Yes, you know I read that already. I'm 30 years old at the moment, and most people ask me why I have a connection to the Amiga, because I'm not that old. I'm not the generation, but my father always believed until Windows came out that the Amiga still holds up, and he didn't like MS-DOS, and so I was given the Amiga of my father when he switched to Windows 95, and so even so I'm that young, I still have experience with the Amiga. Yes, and I love the video games, of course.
Oh, your dad's a smart man. He's a smart man. Now I've got you by almost 15 years, so I grew up with the Amiga. Well, it's so funny. It came out when I was 10 years old, and then I got the 500 when I was 12 years old. So I did grow up with it, and my dad also got me the Amiga, but we were on a little ahead of the curve there with the 500. But that's so cool that you that your dad gave you the 500 and you preferred it over to Windows. I think Windows, whatever, like it's the most powerful and it's amazing and all stuff, but the Amiga's got personality, like even like a lot of these older computers like Commodore 64, the Amiga, they've got personality in them. There's some intangible thing about them that, like, every time I fire up my Amiga, even though it's old, it's got personality, man. It's got like it's a little bit human, you know what I mean?
I mean, at the point where Windows came up and like the Macs and so, if you see a game, you don't really know on which platform it runs on because it all looks the same. But if you have like an Atari ST, an Amiga, a Commodore 64, the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive, they all have architectures with very distinct properties. They all have their own sound, their own graphics. And this is always something which I kind of find fascinating about the 8-bit and the 16-bit world.
It's very true. It's very true. And I think maybe that is due to some, like, would you say it's due to some of the custom chips? How the Amiga's got copper and blitter, so in ham mode, there's something very, like, each machine has kind of got unique architecture, so that is a byproduct. So unique looking games may be a byproduct of that architecture.
I mean, it's not only, I think, the look, it's also the sound, because the Paula sound is very unique in the industry because it's a hardware-based resampler, and you really didn't have this in the industry. I think the Nintendo DS has a very similar sound architecture, but the Amiga has this very unique sound, which I always loved.
Yeah, I love the sound of Paula, and I had the pleasant experience of meeting Glenn Keller, the designer of the Paula chip, and he's just an absolute gentleman. He's super, super cool. Of course, people would say the SID chip has also got very, very unique characteristics because it's actually a synthesized chip. So big props to the SID chip as well, and I think that's a very distinctive sound. So you grew up, so your dad gave you the Amiga, and did you start like making games right away, or were you just a games player?
Of course, I was. When I had this machine, I was just like 6, 8 years old, and of course, I wasn't a developer until at that point. My dad gave me a book about Amiga Basic. I don't know the author at the moment, but he just told me, "Here, my son, here we have Amiga Basic. Maybe can do something with it." And I experimented a little bit with graphics, with sprites, and so, but nothing really big. What I have done with this. And later, I became a software developer. So I'm a professional embedded software developer at the moment. And of course, the Amiga is nothing different than a really big. If you have an ARM controller with 32-bit, it's exactly like the Amiga. It's not different.
So everything that you do on the Amiga applies to the modern stuff of today.
Yes.
So it's a great place to start. Yep.
Especially if you're into AVR programming or into ARMS programming and do some embedded stuff, the Amiga is exactly the same. You just have your registers where you can work with. But of course, it depends on how you want to develop for the system. There is the one side where you could say you have to be happy and peacefully with the operating system. Always use the system calls of the libraries which came with the Amiga DOS operating system. But of course, you could also hit the hardware, which I also did with Tiny Little Slug.
Excellent. Yeah, I can't wait to get Tiny Little Slug. For those of you who aren't familiar, ARM processors also in something that's very popular today, like the Raspberry Pi. Is that correct, Slimy? Like an ARM processor would be like in a Raspberry Pi.
Yes.
Excellent.
I think the ARM processors are actually not only in the Raspberry Pi, but also in your pocket, in your phone.
Oh, right, in the smartphones, exactly. And I saw on Lemon Amiga forum, Pred Seda mentioned, and now some people are mentioning in chat that you're not just a coding guru, you also are a composer. You make music as well.
Yeah, I try. It's one of my hobbies. My music is not the best, I think. People praise the soundtrack of Tiny Little Slug. I don't understand why. I think there is room for improvement, but I did my best.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, it's awesome talking to you, and we're gonna keep talking. But I think folks want to see the game, so I'm gonna start playing the game as well. Let's see. Let me see. I've got all these new templates, so I hope they work, Slammy. I don't know what got into me. I'm a creative guy. I'm home with this Corona thing, so I'm just like, all right, let me mess around with some new templates. I'm good here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the game and like what we can expect? I noticed in the trailer that well, first of all, a game about a slug is pretty unique. I never heard about a game about a slug. I mean, we've got like Super Frog, games about frogs, but I never heard about slugs before. So give me a little bit of history about your reasoning for making the game and your thought process.
I think there was a game about a slug. It's called Snailiet by the developer Oriplane, and it was kind of also an inspiration for me when it came to Tiny Little Slug, because it was also a Metroidvania, also but not with a slug but with a snail. And in this game, you also gain powers like controlling gravity to get over walls, and so it's a very strange game. It's a flash game, so nothing for the Amiga or so. But if you are into Metroidvanias, you should really play this game because it's awesome.
Oh yeah, I've never played it, and Metroidvania is pretty awesome. It's cool. So this is a platformer, and it's pretty unique. I see that because you are a slug, you can stick to the side of the walls, correct?
Yes, and this is in my game the case, and also with the game from Auriplan with Snailiet, because I think it's a nice mechanic. Because what is the primary thing that a slug could do? It's of course getting onto walls or onto ceilings. It's also a nice feature you can use during the platforming of the game.
Excellent. Malik, what's up, Malik? Malik is asking what programming language you wrote this in.
The interesting thing about Tiny Little Slug is that it's 100% written in C, because I think most of the games nowadays are written in assembler.
Mm-hmm.
There is something called Amos or Amos, I don't know how to pronounce it. Some people use it, but I think I really want to get in touch with the hardware, and I really want to get much out of it. The problem is I'm currently not able to really program in 68K assembly. I'm not good at it, sadly. But the C compilers currently are getting better and better, so it's really recommended if you are wanting to get into developing for the Amiga, but it holds you back the thought of having to learn assembly. Just use C. The compilers are really good nowadays.
That's pretty cool. I know other people are also programming in like Amos and Blitz Basic. I know Iraq's doing all the stuff with Blitz Basic. So and people with even higher level stuff like Red Pill. So there's a lot of options out there for people who want to get into making their own Amiga games. Sanzian is saying there's a game from Codemasters called Steg the Slug that came out in 1992 for Commodore 64, DOS, MS-DOS, Amiga, Z, X Spectrum, Atari ST, Amstrad, CPC, and Amiga. I never played Steg the Slug. Have you played Steg the Slug?
Actually, I didn't knew it before 1 week, because I was just curious if Tiny Little Slug was added to Hall of Light. It wasn't the case, but I have searched for Slug, and then the Steg the Slug came up. The title screen was rather cute, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh yeah, so. Well yeah, I'll have to we'll have to give that a try too. So far the music is awesome. I hope the mix is all right, everyone. The music sounds really beautiful, and you did the music for this. Now I'm playing this game on my Amiga 1200, and it is hard drive installable. I'm playing it off the hard drive, but this will work on any Amiga, right? This is an OCS game.
Yes, this is an OCS game. You can play it on the Amiga 500. You don't need any ECS or so. What you need at least is 512 kilobytes of RAM. So I assume that it won't work on an unexpanded Amiga 1000, which I had.
Mm-hmm.
256 kilobytes of RAM?
Yeah, I think the original came with 256, then you add another 256 to get to 512 in the front.
So then the game won't work, but starting from an unexpanded Amiga 500, you can at least play the floppy version of the game. And above that, if you have a faster processor, you can play the hardware version of the game.
Excellent. Pred Seda Lemon Amiga said he just bought Tiny Little Slug, and they already have it up on lemonamiga.com, and there's the article about it. Excellent. So it looks like this is really cool. We've got 3 difficulty levels: 2 easy, normal, and salty. Now, salty is it's funny because here in the States, salty is like it's a slang for someone who's kind of like grumpy. But of course, when salt and slugs don't mix very well, so I would imagine that is the most difficult level. It looks like we can stick to walls, and we can go over tiny gaps just by holding the joystick. That's pretty cool. I love this. Is a really, really creative way to describe the difficulty level. I love it so far.
Actually, that's the reason why the screen even exists. We had the game on live presentation on the Doreco 2019 and on the Amiga 34 in Düsseldorf, Germany, or Neuss, Germany. And people were struggling with how the controls work. So we came up with first we had a screen where everything was shown, but the screen was awful because it was too convoluted. So we came up with this little tutorial screen, which shows really what you can do. And this is because the reason why also the joystick input is shown with the yellow arrows.
Ah, okay, cool. I'm gonna go normal. I probably shouldn't go too easy. Very cool. I hope the mix is good, everyone. Maybe I'll turn the music up a little bit, but there we go. Cool. So, well, first of all, the graphics are really cool. And I love the idea in the trailer that you don't actually kill anything in this game. You just have to avoid things. That's a very refreshing, because I play a lot of modern games, and last night I was playing like Division 2 with my buddy, and there's this killing every 2 seconds. You're killing headshots, and it's just nice to have a game that is not about killing for once. You know what I mean? It's very cool.
Yeah, I realize, I recall that on the Amiga 34 there was a father with his daughter, and he said, "Oh, a nice little game for small kids also, rated E for everyone."
Yeah, it's very nice. And the cool thing is that both adults and kids can enjoy it. Captain John Archer, he already bought the game, and he says it's also super cool that you guys did a CD32 version, so it's perfect for the Amiga Sons and himself.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, 10 Mark loves things games you don't have to kill things in is so cool. So you don't kill the enemies, but I assume the enemies can get you.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So there's still you gotta keep the slug alive. So first of all, so who did the graphics? Because the graphics are amazing.
The guy's also in the chat at the moment. It was Explorer.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes, he really did an amazing job on this.
I mean, I love the parallax scrolling here. I love how the actual maze itself is kind of in the foreground, and then like the rocks, the texture in the background scrolls at a different speed. That is beautiful.
And it also kind of helps that the parallax scrolling was done using sprites, and on the Amiga you can have a different palette for the sprites. And I think it helps that the colors you have in the background are never seen on the foreground, so it makes it even more separate.
Makes sense. So I started out up there in this nice, beautiful world, and now I'm down in the depths. Did I do something wrong? Like, is that how the game starts? Because it looked like there was a little bridge, but then I kind of fell down through the bridge. Can you jump, or was that it? Did I start the correct way?
I think you already did the right thing at this moment.
I did the right thing. Okay, perfect. Yeah, great work on the graphics.
You're doing good at the moment. You can't jump at the moment.
Okay, so you do acquire power. Now, as far as, because I see now I'm stuck all the way on the top of the ceiling. I see those spikes. I want to avoid those spikes. So I'm gonna drop down. And do you lose health when you drop down?
No. Currently, the slug doesn't lose any health. I think the this section where you are at the moment is trying to teach the player about the rules of the game without shoving it down your throat. So
it's very good design.
During the start, you have seen that the slug has fallen a long distance. It even screams like, "Whoa!" And you haven't lost any health, so you already knew that this is possible. And also because there's no other way, you have to go right.
Got you. Oh yeah, Amiga Nick says you lose health when you're on ice. Fortunately, we haven't encountered any ice yet.
Not yet, yes. But of course, I think, haven't you seen in New York slugs in winter? I don't think so.
I don't know. I usually see them when I'm mountain biking and I move a rock out of the way. This is usually, if it's wet, if after a good rainstorm, there's like worms and slugs and stuff. And so like being down in the earth I'm sure there's little slugs at home. I love the design. He's a really cute character. It's very, very cool. Can I get, okay.
The design of the slug. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. The design of the slug was inspired by a drawing I had made when I was in like the 6th class or so in school, because when I was a little boy I've drawn slug comics where people I've met in real life are represented by slugs that interact with each other, and this is like the slug's design.
So slugs you've been into slugs for a while then. The slug isn't something new for you.
No.
It's funny. I understand because when I was in high school, we had this thing called the Science Olympics, and it was a competition between other schools, and there were different events in this Science Olympics. So there were like physics events, there were chemistry events, but they all had like a funny theme. So there was like an event called "Don't Bug Me." So if you knew a lot about bugs, you could identify the bugs, and who could ever like identify all the bugs would get the highest score. So it reminds me of that. Cool. So now there's some sort of lattice here. Now, what is the goal of the game?
The goal of the game might sound a little bit weird because you have to get to the strawberry. That's the only goal of the game.
All you need it's nice and simple. Get that strawberry. And guys, if you have a question for me or for Slamy, please try and do @AmigaVille in the chat, so it'll make it a little easier for me to see it, because I am still Billy, and sometimes I miss things in the chat, even though I do my best to keep up. Explorer says it was a little hard to design a slug that was okay for you. You had high standards for the slug, huh, Slamy?
Yeah, we had the issue that when we started to work together, Explorer and I developed the game and the graphics look awful. I've posted it on 1A1K, the German Amiga board, and I was trying to find someone which could make better graphics, and he said, wow, I can make you looking great tiles, and I can make you better looking slug. But I wasn't really happy with the slug, and it was back and forth, where we tried to get the slug beautiful as he would accept the slug, but still that I was accepting the slug as well. So it was really back and forth, where he has drawn on a graphics canvas, and I have again drawn until we had this slug at the moment.
So you sketched it out on paper and with paper and pen first before you went into the Amiga to do it.
For the slug or for everything else?
I was talking about the slug, but for everything in general.
I currently don't draw the slug anymore with pen and paper. I usually use the program Inkscape. Because it has it's a vector graphics tool, and usually when I use the slug, for example, if I make a birthday present for a friend, I also use this slug to communicate the birthday present. It's kind of like an avatar, you can say that. Right.
It's kind of like almost like your logo in some ways.
It is my logo. I have a blog. It's Slamy's Electronics Lab, and this is my logo at the moment.
Oh, very cool. We'll have to check out your website. I mean, what I love about the slug is that like it's a relatively, at first it appears to be a simple graphic, but it has personality. Like I love how right now I'm looking and you can see his eyes are moving around, so he's just kind of like checking out the scene, and just the way he moves, it's very sophisticated. Like it really has a lot of personality to it. It's a great character.
It did that from the start on. Explorer also tried to make it with different eyes, with a fixed pupil, but I always said, no. This slug needs to have big eyes, so it looks cute. And then the eye movement that the slug has is the only random thing in the entire game. There is no randomness.
Oh, interesting.
So the whole game is deterministic. So every time you play the game, you have the same challenge, and there are no surprises. And there is also no bad scenario that you can get into which make the game worse for you or so. It's always, until when you die in the game, you always have the same scenario again. So the eyes are the only true random thing.
Very, very cool. I love it. It makes it very organic. And like I said, he's very cool. And yeah, everyone is loving the music. Everyone's loving the graphics. They're beautiful. So this program that you mentioned, this vector-based program, is that what you use to make the graphics for the game as well? Because I was gonna expect that you said you drew it in D-Paint or something.
I haven't made the graphics. It was all by Explorer. All the graphics you currently see on the screen are all made by him. All my graphics are gone.
All the graphics are right. Well, but how did Explorer do it? Did he use D-Paint or?
I think he used graphics too most of the time.
Oh, so that's a PC program that is done in the style of D-Paint, correct?
Yes, it's. Yep. I can't work with it. I'm getting angry and really stressed whenever I work with this software. I used GIMP to make the first graphics, and I also use GIMP to manage the graphics. If I have the tile set or if I have my bob map where I have all my bobs located, I use GIMP to move them around and to manage my assets. But he used graphics to draw.
Very cool. Yeah, graphics is awesome. It's very D-Paint like. That's very neat. And what did you use see, someone had a question. What did you use to make the music?
It was a kind of interesting process because it was a new process which was never done before. I use Renoise to make the music. Renoise is a very modern tracker which runs on Mac, PC, and Linux.
Okay.
And then I use the program Xaranes2mod, which is a tool done by F-Starrett, which is, I think, an Italian developer. And this tool converts the Renoise music into mod files and also is capable of downsampling the samples that you have used in Renoise to the Amiga format, even with a better interpolation, with sync interpolation or so. It's a very sophisticated tool. Sometimes it's getting difficult to use, but if you are new into Pro Tracker or so and you really like Renoise or maybe Impulse Tracker, then Renoise is the way to go because you can use the same approach that you always use in Renoise. It's a very easy to use tool, I think, and just convert it to the Amiga format. It works perfect.
I love the fact that you guys are using modern tools like that and like graphics to make Amiga games. It's kind of like the best of both worlds, you know?
I mean, the game was developed on Linux.
I think that's great. I think it's awesome how you can use modern tools to make a great game for the Amiga. That's super cool. Wow. And now what I'm learning here is that this is a platformer, but it's also, I think at its heart, it's a puzzle game.
Sometimes it's a puzzle game, yes. Sometimes it's more to get. I think there's different places in the game, and every place has different puzzles in it. So the Earth world is mostly consistent of small puzzles to get you into the controls of the game, and also the area where you are currently at is. I think it's a very interesting area because in the first version of the game there were like 12 bees in here. And a lot of people were struggling really, really hard to get around it.
This is not an easy spot.
I think it's one of the problems with the game somehow because I also did the level design of the game, and I think I'm not the best level designer. Do you need help?
No, not yet. No, I'm just reading they want to see how I solve the screen. Captain John says that when the checkpoint comes down, it scares him. He thinks he's being attacked by the checkpoint. No, you know what? I'm still learning the mechanics of it. I'm still learning like when I can jump and how far I can jump. So like for example here, I think that gap was too big for me to jump, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the slug is not capable of holding onto walls during the jumping process because no slug can do that.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, so while you're in midair, you can't grab onto a wall.
No.
Gotcha.
That's not possible.
Oops. There we go. Okay, well, I took some hits, but I made it through. And now I still have 9 health. And what happened was, so I did die a couple times, and I went back to the checkpoint. So is there a set number of lives that you have, or you just keep resetting to the last checkpoint?
I think in modern game design it's currently said that the game over screen is an artifact from old arcade games, and most of the games which are currently released don't have a game over screen anymore, and I really don't want to force to get people back to the start so just that they have to play over and over the same shit again. I want them to continue. So the difficulty of the game is synchronized with the fact that you have multiple checkpoints, your health is regained whenever you touch a checkpoint, and you have unlimited continues.
Excellent. I mean, that's very reasonable. The suns are getting me. Oh man, this is tricky. Yeah, I figured it out though. They're going on the roof. Thanks for the hints. I did think of that one before I started chat. You get to the snowman at the top. I love the sense of humor designs in this game. Yeah, it is. It's got so far I can tell it's got a pretty good sense of humor. Razor XG, so just if you're watching my streams, the stream started at 2 p.m. here in New York, and we changed the daylight savings time 2 weeks ago, so that might be the difference. Hazemaker's hint is get good. That's a good one. Unlimited life for continues. That's great. Now, can you save the game?
Currently not. Currently there's no possibility of saving the game, but in the end we didn't thought it might be necessary because the game is not longer than, like, for example, Turrican 3 or so.
Gotcha.
So it's possible to beat the game in one sitting. We had a couple of complaints about this, but in the end I really wanted to have this game finished, so this is one of the features which never got in, because the more you play the game, you better get at it, and in the end, if you don't make any mistake and play like a machine, you're about capable of completing the game in about half an hour, but only if you have the perfect control.
So you can speedrun this game?
Yes. There is, I think you know the game Super Metroid. I think everyone knows.
Sure, yeah. Classic.
And Super Metroid is one of the games which are really speedrun well. And of course, Untitled Slug is also, as it is a Metroidvanian game, there is the possibility to damage boost the game. So there are multiple mechanisms that you might discover after you have played it once or twice. You see that you can get faster during the game by misusing a feature, which can be maybe a bug, but I think you will sometimes see that if you have a checkpoint and you don't take a checkpoint, it will always take you back to the checkpoints, and you can use this feature.
So that's cool. It's hilarious. Instead of it is ironic that you can speedrun a game about a slug. Snail runner. That is funny. Amiga Nick finished it in 38 minutes. Wow, that's good. Oh yeah, Amiga Bang, it's not a VHS camcorder effect. It is an actual VHS camcorder now. That's my new webcam. It's not funny. I went from like an amazing, like, expensive HD camera, and I was like, dude, your camera looks so good. And then when I did my video toaster stream, I set up the VHS camera, and everyone's like, no way, the VHS camera is so much better. Oh, that's a great question. Captain John is asking if your father still uses the Amiga.
It's kind of sad he doesn't use it anymore, and it's even more sad that my father owned an actual CD TV, but has sold it, and it makes me sometimes really angry, because yes, he still likes the Amiga games. He really loved the game Pinball Dreams. It's one of his favorite Amiga games, but he isn't using any Amiga anymore.
Understood. Yeah, it's so funny how many of us got rid of things that we regret now. I mean, I think most of us are guilty of that. Okay, yeah, Amiga Nick, I was just wondering about that. So I just picked up a power up, a chili, and I didn't understand what it did. But Amiga Nick says now I won't freeze on the ice.
Yes, it also said that in the text box.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I guess I was looking at the chat. Tenmark is asking, great sound effects. Who did the digital sounds?
The digital sounds are all made by me by using my microphone, my mouth, and a piece of paper. Amazing.
You know, one thing that really blows me away, Slamy, is I've had several people on. One of the ones that's coming to mind right now is Michael Borman, who's doing a new game in VIA, and like he did like the coding, the graphics, and the music. And here you did the music and the coding, and I'm just like, man, like these dudes are talented. It's not like you're good at like one thing only. You guys can do like, oh yeah, I can do music, I can do graphics, I can code. You guys are the full package. So you did the coding and the music, but I did notice there were 3 names at the beginning of the game. Who else worked on it with you?
Yes, in the end, the Tiny Little Slug project consists of 3 people. It's me, Slamy, it's Explorer, the pixel artist, and it's Ernie76, who did the box art, the booklet, and also the label for the discs, like the CD and the floppy. I also have it here.
Oh yeah, let's check it out. That is awesome. That looks beautiful. Let me see. There we go. Hold it up again. That looks great.
Okay.
Very, very cool. So this is available as a, maybe we'll get into that now in a second. So this is available as a digital download and as a physical release. Is that correct?
Yes. You can, there are multiple releases of the game. You can have the download copy, and you can also have the boxed edition, which comes either with a floppy with a CD, or you can, in the meantime, on the first day, people have contacted the publisher that they really want to have both. So you can also buy both in one package.
Excellent. Yeah. So guys, if you want to purchase the game, do !buy in the chat, and we'll give you a link to amigashop.org. And here it is, Tiny Little Slug. The classic Amiga game is available on CD, floppy disks, or as a downloadable file. All you need is a basic 500 to play it, though more expanded 68K Amiga systems or CD32 are also supported. It's really cool that you basically support like everything. It's awesome. And let's see, I'm looking at, yeah, so the physical version comes with the floppy disk, the CD, the nice booklet. I don't think I can make the pictures bigger here. But yeah, it looks awesome. And so cool. So guys, go ahead and support these guys. You can buy CD, floppy plus download version, CD version plus download, floppy disk version, and the download only. So download is €19, and then the most expensive version is the CD, floppy, and download version for €32. That's is a nice package. I love not only do I love like new games coming out for the Amiga, but I love physical copies. There's something really cool about having a game on your shelf with beautiful artwork and beautiful packaging. So great job, Slamy. This is cool. I'm loving the game so far. It's great.
I hope so. We were doing the best we could.
Does the game include a Slug toy? Oram is asking.
There really was a joke for me. I've made on the A1K forum. I've asked the question, "How do you guys want your boxes?" And I have made some suggestions like having the box of Command & Conquer Red Alert, or of StarCraft 2, or maybe of all the Amiga games, and everyone was like, come on, make a box like the previous Amiga games. And I also made a joke answer, so I can see the result of the poll without making a choice. I've added the golden slug, which can hold the floppy disk in its mouth. And I've also written a slug made of gold, and nobody realized that it was a joke. So at the end,
so we were expecting this.
Yes, people were expecting. There were actually communication in the thread, but people asking, where did this golden slug come from? What do you need to get it? And I was like in the morning, oh my god, I have to revert all of this. I have to get rid of it. You can't get the golden slug.
Oh man, well, the pressure's on. I think you might have to come out with a golden slug at some point. Of course. So if you poured salt on the golden slug, would it melt?
It would be. I think it would be wrong gold, like a gold done with alchemy or so.
Ernie said making the cover art was fun, but the first concept looked terrible. Now he's happy the way it is. As an artist myself, that's usually the way it goes. There's always like a first draft, and you're always improving on it. I have photos that I took years ago that I'm still editing to this day because I'm all like, I think it could be a little better. It's the frustration as the artist. Like when do you stop?
I think this is always a problem because in the industry we call it the 80-20 issues, because after 80% of time, after 80% of work, you have spent 20% of time, and then it's like a curve where you never reach 100%. You will always spend more time, and the amount that you improve, even so, if you put more and more time into this, you don't get any better, sadly.
That's true. There's a point of diminishing return. Yeah, thank you for making a digital version. 10 marks ordering one. Amiga Nick says you did fantastic, high quality game. Yeah, this feels like this is a AAA quality game, and it feels like it as well. Congrats, dude. Everyone needs to buy this game. Everyone whose devs have a tux deserves their games to be bought. Nice. The manual. Yeah, I don't have the manual here, but let me see. Let me just do something really quick here, Slamy. I don't have this prepared. Let me make you full screen for a second. Let me just.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best.
I'm going to. I'm going rogue here, Slamy. Let's see. So let me just. Where are you here? You are Slamy. You're the mage. Well, I'm putting you up here, and I'm gonna make you full screen so everyone can see the manual. And so yeah, just hold it kind of, and I can do this. Hold on, transform, reset, transfer. There, now you are full screen, so we can really see the manual.
So we have the manual, which is nicely illustrated by Ernie76, And in the manual, you have the instructions for which I think. Can you really see this? Maybe the.
Oh, you can
font
see
is
it. Yeah,
small.
I mean it's a little bit tricky to actually read it, but you can see the strawberry. You can see CD32 gamepad controls. Yeah, I can read it for sure.
Yeah, so we have the requirements of the which you need for the Amiga. We have the story of the game about the slug, which really wants to eat that strawberry. We have instructions about, you see, how you put the game into, like, it's like all the manuals which were made for the Amiga. You also have instructions how to load it. You have the instructions about which keys to use. Like if you press P, you can pause the game. And if you have the CD32 gamepad, all the keys, of course, are mapped to the colorful buttons. So, and of course, the pause screen. We have a description of the enemies, which small, funny, irritating, strange stories. And we also have troubleshooting guides. For example, my favorite trouble is like the CD32 lid, which has this really weak spring, and you can put like a tin can of color and paint on the CD32 to help it.
Oh,
Yeah, there's this really weird video from the Angry Video Game Nerd, which says that every CD32 needs to come with a paint can, so the game does work. In the middle, we also have a nice artwork made by a friend of me. It's Alex, and he really made this. It's beautiful looking. It's made with, I think it's how do you call it in? I don't know the English word for Buntstifte, but I think someone will.
it looks like markers.
It's not markers. It's these like pencils, but in color. I think
okay, color pencils. Very cool.
Color pencils. Okay, so he drew this on paper and he sent it to me, and I really like this because we had the issue that we want to have also the English manual. So
Excellent.
you have the game itself is in English completely because we didn't have the memory for all text. So we had the manual in English and in German. Also on the CD, you have also the same manual in English and in German. And to fill the pages, we also have this middle picture, and this is the backside of the manual.
That is awesome.
Really nice job by Ernie. Thanks, Ernie.
Amazing job, Ernie. It is really beautiful. Let's see if I go back here.
I can also, if you have the time at the moment, because I'm already big.
Oh, let me go back.
The floppy disk.
Of course we have the time. We're here to show your game. I'm loving it. I love that it comes on a floppy disk too. Now here's a trick question: is that a double density or a high density?
I think you can see it at the. It has to be double density.
Okay, well sometimes they don't because the double densities are kind of hard to come by these days. I know some games I've had double high densities formatted to be double density.
But my publisher is the prime minister of floppy disks, so I think
good.
And this is the CD.
Very cool. That's great. Yeah, Amiga Nick says, I hope you'll be happy with the sales and make many more games. Yeah, for sure. They're all double density discs. That's awesome. That's definitely more reliable to do it that way. Oh, and that's the mouse pad.
This is a mouse pad because the publisher asked me, do we need a mouse pad? Will it be cool? I said, well, if you can make a mouse pad, make a mouse pad.
That is so cool. Guys, if you want to purchase the game and support Slamy and his team, do !buy or !game in the chat, and it will do it'll give you a link. Hazemaker did it! !Slug will do it as well. Awesome, Hazemaker, thank you. That is a really beautiful package you got there, Slamy. I love it.
Thanks to Ernie.
Ernie, great job. I love that each character has got a story, or the enemies have a story. That it gives the game a lot more depth and richness.
I think everyone in our team is kind of crazy. But because I think you have to be crazy to develop Amiga games during these times, because it's very late. And of course, every enemy needs his own little story. To make the manual more interesting, because if you have a booklet or so, you really want to fill it with some interesting things to read for the customer.
Yeah, it's good. It's good reading time when you're not at your Amiga. I find like when I'm on the train and stuff, I like to read the manuals to stuff and read old Amiga magazines. People must think I'm crazy when I'm sitting there reading like an Amiga magazine from 1990 on the train. Pred Sate is asking if you have that CD version with you. I just saw it in your hands. Yeah.
I just have it in my hands.
Yeah.
And I can put it up again on the camera. We have this Jewel case. I think I can. This is how it looks.
Let me go full screen for you again.
And there you have. It's not a burned CD. It's an actual pressed CD. So if you have a CD32 which maybe has issues with CDRs, don't worry. This is a real pressed CD.
That's awesome. No, the only reason why I brought up the high density thing is because I'm just saying there's some things that I got recently that come on a high density disc, even though they're formatted double density, because the developer didn't have a double density disc, because they're hard to come by these days. I know I was on my toaster stream. There's like 45 floppy disks to do the install, and I know people who have been like erasing their toaster install floppies because they need double density disks. So I'm like, oh no, I don't know if you want to do that or not. You might regret that. I know it's available on CD and whatnot, but
when I was at the Amiga 34 convention, I have won the game of Rygar, and it also came on the HD, but I was kind of confused that it even works. So I don't really know what you have to do to make it work.
Oh, that's probably what I was thinking of. Yeah, Rygar is amazing. I love Rygar. I think it was Mick Geezer. That he's probably the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, no, it was a trick I used to do all the time. I used to use because high density discs in my Amiga all the time. I would just format them as double density, and it's definitely less reliable. Much better to have a double density disc, but it works in a pinch. The jewel case, Amiga Future saying the jewel case is in the boxed edition. Pred Zeta wants to see the booklet for the CD. You got it, Pred Zeta.
There is no booklet for the CD. If you buy the CD version, you get the real big booklet. So there is one booklet for both versions. So you don't have to put me on screen. I think I can show the contents of the box if you want me to.
Sure.
So if you buy the box, you get a moment, please. So you have it's all in one box. Well, no, I mean, yeah. So it all fits in one box, and the Jewel case only contains the CD itself and only the cover, the label. But the booklet is not inside the CD. So
gotcha.
Not like with the PlayStation 1 game. I think there are the booklets inside the CD.
Gotcha. But you have the booklet and the manual's the size of the box. It's not actually in the CD jewel case.
Yes.
Very cool. Yeah, there's no reason to duplicate it. That's good. It's better to have it bigger anyway.
Yes, this is also what I've experienced by making the poll on the Amiga forum, because I wanted to see what do the gamers want to have with their box, because I think Amiga gamers are all about their boxes. I never really understood it in the first place because I'm a more digital guy. If the player wants their boxes, they get their boxes.
Yeah, it's great that you have both options, because the boxes obviously cost a lot more money, so it's nice to have a digital version for folks who don't have the space. I remember when things were first coming out, when Amiga was starting to heat up, I'd just buy the physical edition of everything for Commodore 64 and Amiga. But now that there's so many games coming out, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know if I have enough room on my shelf for every single game, which is awesome. It's a great problem to have, and I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, it's an issue, like also with modern games. If you compared, like if you have let's say StarCraft 2 or so, or any modern game for the PC, I almost buy it most of the times on Steam because I just want to play the game. I'm about the game and not about the boxes, but everyone's different, so.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think if you're more just hardcore into the game, the digital version is fine, but if you're a collector, it's nice to have something physical to collect, It's like records, like vinyl records here in the States are getting really, really popular again, because people like to have like a physical record collection, because a lot of kids these days just grew up with like MP3s and digital downloads, so now they're starting to appreciate like an actual physical piece of media to play their music on, which is pretty cool. So I think it's cool that you have both options. You got all your bases covered there, Slamy.
I think it's also interesting to note that I think the vinyl is called to being died a long time ago, but I think the vinyl will survive the CD, actually.
Here's a funny fact. Last year, in year 2020, it was the first year since 1985 that vinyl outsold CDs. It's unbelievable.
I think the problem is about people who want just the digital version are just buying it online, like on Bandcamp or so, where they can get the FLAC release. And the vinyl is about the thing in your hand, because the CD version is not different to the digital, because it's every time exactly the same audio.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, they're asking this, if it's got a rear cover. If the CD's got a rear cover. Predsata is asking.
Yeah, I can put it in the oh, well.
Very nice. I love the artwork. It really the design of the slug is awesome. Is that also the same slug that you have on your website? Is that your logo?
No. My the website logo is just my original slug, which I have drawn years ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, Maya likes your penguin in the background. I take it that's the Linux penguin.
Yes.
Yes.
The humor in the game is rather weird at sometimes because, as you already said, the DMA glitch and also the tux plushie, which you can. Is it tux or is it tux in English? I don't know.
TUX we say tux, like tuxedo.
Tux, okay. So it's a tux. Yeah, I have a small collection of plushies.
Let's see. I'll make it bigger for you. We can see his collection. There you go. Who are the other two guys next to the penguin? Next to the Linux penguin.
It's Bub and Bob from Bubble Bubble.
Oh, that's Bubble Bobble. Holy cow. Totally.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Oh, I see you've got some awesome computers there, too. What do you got there on the shelf? Is that a 64C, I see?
I have a Commodore 64 6C, you're right. I have a ZX Spectrum Plus 2A. I have an Amstrad CPC 6128. And I have an Atari ST 1040 STFM. And I have an Amiga 500 Plus and an Amiga 500.
Awesome collection. No, I know the Bubble Bobble guys there, Hayes. I just couldn't. It didn't register. So you have these other systems. Do you make games for the other systems as well, or is Amiga your primary platform?
The thing is, you only have limited time, and you really have to concentrate on something. And I thought it would be interesting after making Tiny Little Slug to program the game Ultra Micro Slug for the ZX Spectrum, but Explorer wasn't very fond of the idea, so I thought maybe we make another Amiga game for the next time, because at the current time we were all experienced using the Amiga, and I think we shouldn't let this go and make another Amiga game maybe.
Yeah, so yes, once you have, since you all have the Amiga experience, you might as well make another game instead of like trying to relearn something and then have the time between this game and the next game be too far apart.
Yes, actually I've thought about making also a Commodore 64 game or a Mega Drive game, which is very similar to the Amiga when it comes to the processor, because you can use the same tools because it's the same processor. It's like the 68K in the Mega Drive, and you can make also games for it, I guess. I think the graphics are of course different and the sound, but the processing is exactly the same.
So right now, Tiny Little Slug is only available on Amiga.
Yes, currently people also have asked for C64 versions, but I think it's not gonna happen. Sorry.
So yeah, I see Hayes Maker 64 and Chris Wicked there asking for 64 versions. they're big 64 guys here on Twitch.
Yeah, I think the problem is the C64 already gets lots of love, and the Amiga doesn't get this much attention. So I think at the moment I don't have any statistics, but there are much more C64 releases than Amiga releases. So maybe the machine is more complicated to program for. I don't know.
A few guys who I had on before mentioned that it is, you know, with the custom chips and all, it's a little bit more difficult to make games for the Amiga and more time consuming. So that could be one of the reasons. Also, so many people have the Commodore 64. So thanks for making games for the underdog. So is this Super Frog? This guy looks like Super Frog here.
You have to ask Explorer about this. I just wanted to have some character which is sad, and he made this frog sometimes because the relationship with Explorer is really funny, because I asked him for graphics, he made the graphics, and then he was like, dude, we have this new graphics I just made because I was bored. Do you have use for this graphics? And so lots of graphics came into the game because Explorer just had so much time, as it seems.
Very cool. He reminds me of Super Frog. And Explorer says the next game you guys are going to make is going to be AGA, which is going to be super cool. I love how many of the developers that came on here are, you know, professional developers like yourself, and they're basically taking all of the new techniques that they learned and all their experience and going back to Amiga and like pushing Amiga to places that we never imagined it could be pushed to. So I'm excited to see like what you guys do with AGA. I know I don't know if you know like Michael Parent when he came on to demo his new OCS game. That looks stunning, and all this is stunning. I got for OCS this looks incredible. I mean, you guys are doing incredible things. Now I know. Okay, so I need to find a tux for this frog. There's a question mark here. I can't seem to do anything with the question mark yet, so I'll just kind of keep going. Oh, there's another slug. Is that a lady slug?
Slugs are hermaphrodites.
Oh, okay. Shows you what I know. Shows you where my head's at. I may look like a slug, but I used to have a shell. Please help me find it. Okay, so we need to find a tuxedo and we need to find a shell. Nice. So I was not on the bug team in the Science Olympics. All right, so we need to find a shell and a tux. Now, when you were saying tux, does that really mean like a tuxedo, like the penguin behind you is wearing, like a tuxedo?
It's the penguin's name is Tux.
The penguin's name is Tux. Oh yeah, they say penguins like it looks like they're wearing a tuxedo.
It's a Linux penguin.
Yes, but I mean in the game, what we have. He said he needs a tux. The frog wants a tux.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So no, this is just meant to be the penguin. It's not about the tuxedo.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Now I'm trying to climb up here. Is this just me having a problem getting up, or can I not go up on the roof there?
The slug can cross these sections because you are not capable of having the muscle power to get around this corner.
Got you.
So you have to find another way, I guess.
You love that main riff off the music? Yeah, it's cool. I love that it has got in-game music as well. I mean, I understand why people don't do in-game music, so they can have the extra channel sound effects, but I love the in-game music.
I think it's rather difficult to have the limitation because I don't know why early Amiga games have used only one, but I think it's about the algorithm you may need to filter out the music channels to get the sound effects into it. But this is currently not an issue because I think that most Amiga games that come out today use the sound engine made by PHX, which is also a German developer who made the game Trapdoor? I don't know the name again of the game. Maybe someone in the comment section knows it. It's just write a little comic character, and he made also the whole sound engine for this game. And like the game Invia also uses the same sound engine that Tiny Little Slug uses. And the nice thing is that it has an algorithm which can cancel out music channels in case you want to play sound effects.
Ah, I see. Wow, I love how the music changed here. I'm in an ice level now. I hit a checkpoint, I got health, and the music changed. And oh my, wow, there's more levels of parallax scrolling there.
Yes, every world has a different parallax scrolling technique, so it makes the world more indistinguishable. Oh, my English is so awful.
Your English is on point. You're doing very extremely well, Slamy. I really appreciate you coming on today. Look at that. So the icicle, it falls down and then it reforms. So there's a cooldown period for that icicle. That's very cool.
It looks awesome, didn't it?
That looks really, really cool. I love it. And there's such a variety of enemies. So you said there's 4 worlds. So I guess the first world was the one that was up on top. And that was the outside world. And then we were underground, and now we're in like an ice world. So those 3 of the 4 worlds.
Yes. So we have the themes Earth, Ice. We have fire, and we have an bergwerk. I don't know the English word.
It's got earth. The elements are like earth, fire, wind, and water.
No, it's not. No,
wind,
it's
wind,
not
earth, wind, and fire. They're a band.
it's not about the elements. We have the 4th world is just like the Earth world, but with a different topic in mind. So.
Yeah, the ice part is Explorer. The graphics are gorgeous, man. It's incredible. I love. You know what I really love? I love how there's like a library of books underneath as well. It really sets the stage that you're like. I don't know. It gives a whole nother dimension. It's like almost like you're in a world right next to another world. I love it.
I mean, it's like it done in every Metroidvanian game, like in Super Metroid or so. You always have multiple worlds which are interconnected at multiple join points. And it's also the same as Tiny Little Slug. You are in a different world with separate enemies.
Oh yeah, so in Spongehorn, the pupils he mentioned before, they do move, and it's the only random thing in the game. It's the only thing that's different every time you play the game.
Yes.
But I love they're so cool.
Yeah, I just like it because I think it kind of shows that the Slug is looking around, and you may also feel like more with the character, because people complain sometimes that the Slug does not have a name, but it doesn't need a name. You are the Slug, and you are looking around. You are scared about the environment, about surrounding you.
It is a beautiful game. The audio, the visuals is just awesome. I love it. And no, I didn't say it before, but like those enemies, like when it's hilarious. I love it.
It's my voice just a little bit pitched down.
That's hilarious. Amiga Bang, he's referencing Metroidvania. I guess, would you consider this a Metroidvania game? I mean, it's very Metroidvania-esque for sure. I don't know what the strict definition of Metroidvania would be, but it seems Metroidvania to me.
I think that Metroidvania is a game which has multiple interconnected worlds with no linear order of progression, where you maybe can choose your path by yourself, but have locks, which are not really locks, but you can have like artificial things that prohibit you from going forward, and you need to find something else to move forward. I think this is the definition of a Metroidvania. Because if you play games like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, it's like Super Metroid. It's always the same. You gain more powers. The powers make you being able to cross a section which you weren't capable of crossing before.
They're asking, were those green things that I passed mines?
Pardon?
The green enemies, were they mines? Amiga Bang.
Mines?
Mines, yeah. Yes, Don Johnson, this is OCS. It will run on Amiga 500, 600. The bees of pure evil. They are very evil. Oh, look at that. You can... I think there were some green enemies there, and they were asking if they were mines, but I don't... Usually mines are on the ground, not climbing up on the walls.
I don't know. These are just a little bit hints, so you can go there in the end. So you just have, I don't know the English name for it. It's a thing you get when you win something. It's a
prize.
A prize, yes. Prize. So it's just some graphics that you can see, so you know there might be something there. So I think one of the goals of the Metroidvania genre is to give you a hint that is something there that you want to come back later on.
Makes sense. This is a great point. Amiga Nick is saying that there's an online high score table for this game, which I didn't realize. That's very cool.
I think we didn't really advertise the game with it because I don't think this is a selling point. But this is an Amiga game. If you have an Amiga with like an Miami installed and you have a network card, you can upload your high score from the game inside. So
that's so cool. So now I'm just curious. Like, how do you actually get a score? Because like so far, I know I've gotten to checkpoints. I've got unlimited lives. How do you get a score? And how do you get points in this game?
Press P, please.
Oh, it's based on time.
Yes.
Got you. So the faster you do it, the more points you get.
Yes, exactly. Like on Super Metroid, it was always that you have. I mean, in the end, Samus Aran always gets more and more naked or loses clothes. The less time it took you to beat the game, and it's also with this game that you have the lowest time is the highest score.
Gotcha. That's so cool. So I'm gonna have to get my 1200 online. I've got a network card for it. That's so cool. That is awesome.
You don't have to get online if you don't have a network card, or you play the floppy version, which of course doesn't have access to the network driver. You get a score code, which is like an encrypted code, which makes it capable of posting the score online without really manipulating the time.
That's brilliant. That's just like Reshooter does that as well.
Okay. I didn't get a code. I have completed the game, but I didn't get a code.
Oh yeah. Reshooter's got an online high score table.
Also with network card?
No, it's like you were saying. It gives you a code, and you put the code in. You go onto a website with a modern computer and put in your code.
Richard, I have beaten you in this one.
Yo, Captain, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that very, very much. Welcome to the stream. If you're new to the stream, you're just joining us. I'm Bill. Today we are joined by Slamy. He is the developer of this awesome new Amiga game we're playing called Tiny Little Slug. I stream here on Twitch about one time per week. And I love to do things like this. I love to have people come on and show their new game. We play old games. We do creative streams as well. I also run the Westchester Amiga user group here in New York. We meet once a month. And I got a YouTube channel with my buddy Anthony that we do as well too. So welcome. Thank you for coming. Don Johnson's asking, is it 2 or 3-bit plain playfields?
In the original demo, which was released during like winter 2018 or so, it was a 5-bit playing game. But I have soon discovered that the DMA couldn't catch up because the sprite parallax on the background is just too much for the copper, and it takes a lot of memory access out of the system. So I had to get back to 4-bit planes. But Explorer could also work with it. So I think most Amiga games use 4-bit planes.
Hazemaker says that supporting a networked Amiga is brilliant. I agree. It's freaking awesome. Because it's hardcore to go online with the Amiga, you know? It's like, so it's nice to give those folks a little something.
It wasn't that difficult. It was developed in one day, actually, because if you program the Amiga in C, you can just use like Linux socket code and just copy and paste it, and you have it.
Oh, that's cool. That's right. What's up, Amix312? Yeah, Silver Streak. Yeah, he did beat Reshooter. I've beaten Reshooter as well. I'm somewhere on that high list. I was like in the top 20 at some point, but I probably got bumped off now. Oh yeah, Sponchorn. You'll get there one day. The WOG meetings are a lot of fun. So yeah, these bees are tricky. I need to learn their patterns. Here we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm hoping for a checkpoint. Slammy out. I need a checkpoint bad, Slammy. I got a quarter of my health left.
You get a checkpoint if you... I mean, we have like 7 seconds delay or so, I assume.
Yes.
So I can't really see where you are at the moment, but don't worry, you will get the checkpoint.
Interesting. Oh no!
Yeah, you have to get to the right, then you have your checkpoint.
Yeah, I know what part you're seeing now. Oh wait, I can go straight across? Excellent. I can do that. Cool. There we go, checkpoint. Nice.
Nice. On the Amiga 34, a lot of people have complained about this little place because they think it was too hard, but you did it in a few minutes, so I think it isn't too hard.
Yo, I did it as I was reading the chat, as I was talking to you, as I was streaming. Come on now.
Oh, just don't fall down.
Ernie is posting something from the manual. He said, here's the description of the bees in the manual. Usually bees are hard-working little creatures, constantly driven to collect nectar for their children. Unfortunately, these specimens in the caves are rather disoriented and aimless, but they do sting anyway. So maybe these bees are I don't know, maybe these bees smoked a little something. They're all disoriented.
Just look at them. They're also always going around in 45-degree angles.
Yeah.
They can't be correctly in the head.
Exactly. So I'm gonna drop down. Hey. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out how to climb up here. I love it because so far the puzzles are challenging, but not overly challenging.
And you have to drop down at this position because you have to. You don't want to fall to the right.
48k RAM. You can die an unlimited number of times. It resets you to the last checkpoint. You know, obviously, the time. I guess the timer starts. When does the timer start? Exactly. Just right at the beginning.
The timer is synchronized to the gameplay. So if you press normal and you spawn on the top left of the Earth world, this is a 0 point. So whenever you pause the game, the timer also gets paused. Whenever you read a dialogue with an NPC character, the game is also paused. So what actually is measured here is the actual gameplay time without any miscalculations at that point. So if you're making a pause, you don't get a bad score for that.
That's cool. Everyone needs a break, even the speedrunners. There we go. And I also like how the inertia like pulls you further along depending on when you drop, how fast you're moving. You'll drop either further to one side or the other. Captain John's asking, is it a bug that there's no hit points while at the checkpoint?
It's not a bug, because you see, if you are on top of the checkpoint, you don't get any hits. But it's also the same with the rule, if you have like lower health and you touch a checkpoint, the slug doesn't say yay, like usual, but still your health gets reset to 99. So it's not a bug that you don't lose any health. It's a feature.
I think it's a really nice feature, because I hate it when you spawn into a place and you just get like wiped out immediately before you even have any sort of orientation. So I think it's nice. It's a nice place just to take a breather, you know. Oh, that's a bummer, Maya. No worries. There's always the VOD. Don Johnson wants an AGA version.
I think there won't be any AGA version, because we have spent much time on that game, on Untitled Slug, and I think it's time to move on.
And your next game is going to be an AGA game, so that's exciting.
Yes.
And to be honest, I mean, these graphics. Oh, this guy. These graphics look so good. Like I'm not wishing for AGA personally myself right now. Like the game looks awesome. So huge congrats to everyone. That's it looks beautiful. I love the graphics in this game.
The development goal during the start of the game was to make a game even for unexpanded Amiga 500s, and this was also the limits I have, because I wanted to have games which run also on the original machines, not only for the newer ones.
I think that's really, really cool. Like pushing the original Amiga 500 to the max. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get up here. I don't think I have the strength yet. Now, is getting the strength to crawl up like that, is that an upgrade? Will I eventually get that strength?
No. But you have a different strength which is similar. So
okay.
You have to be on the top, and then you have to press down. So oh no, not there. Yeah, some people asks for a kill yourself button, but this went never in the game. So you can of course kill yourself to get a game to the top, to the checkpoint, or maybe also just get there.
Yeah, I've wiped a few times. Let's see, how am I gonna get up there? Because I can't quite make it. I can't quite make it to that guy. Let's see.
You have to be on the top and just drop down.
On the top.
Of course, without the B there, because the B hurts you. But just press down.
On the top and drop.
You don't have to go to the side. You just can be at the same position to drop down onto the block, the single block.
Oh no, run! Now that's the question: is how do I get up there? I mean, I think I'm supposed to be going the correct. I think. Oh, if I drop down onto that. Oh, it's right. Okay, I got it. I think I see it. Now this is interesting. Once you engage your character though from the checkpoint, you can take damage. See right now, I just wiped. Yeah, Pred Seda. I love the palette as well. What's up, Big Gum? Hello from New York. Amix312 is just messing with you. He said we need a Ham 6 version.
Actually, there was the title screen in the demo version was an actual picture of a real slug sitting on a mushroom, but I couldn't left this in the game because licensing issues, because it was an official photography from a photographer, and he didn't want to give me the license for the photo, so we had to make a different thing.
Oh, that's a bummer. You should have told me. I would have taken a photo of a slug for you. I'm a photographer, so yo, Hazemaker, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. I'm experimenting with different overlays. See, I also got this one. I did. Where is this it? See, I have it without the monitor too, if you want to see the game bigger. But I'm a visual guy. I like because now I have these JVC monitors, which are awesome. But I want to make sure we have the 1084S. Keep it Amiga, you know. Big on. This is a really nice game. So if you're just joining the stream, we are playing Tiny Little Slug. It is a brand new Amiga game, and we are talking with Slamy, who is the developer of the game. If you would like to purchase the game, you can do !slug, !game, or !buy in the chat, and it'll give you links. Yeah, I should have added. Thank you, Hazemaker. I saw it before with the space, but you can still link to it. You can still get there. The 1084S is king. I love my 1084S. It's even more important to have a 1084S nowadays here in the USA because it will display PAL. The regular 1084 that I have won't display PAL. The S will. All right.
Okay. So is the NTSC 1084 different from the European version?
There's many different 1084s.
Okay.
There's many different 1084s. I've got all different 1084s, but I guess just the regular 1084 would be NTSC only. Whereas the S means it has stereo sound, and it also will do both NTSC or PAL.
Okay, because I have just a normal 1084 and it just also plays NTSC, but of course not NTSC via composite.
Oh, interesting. So you have a 1084, just a regular 1084 without the S, and it does. See, there's so many different 1084s. It's wild. Yeah, there's different 1084Ss as well. There's so many 1084s. It's crazy. It's very confusing, and they all look dramatically different as well. All right, let me figure this section out. Here we go. I need only falling straight down. I need only falling straight down. So let's see.
So you made this section?
No, I didn't make it yet. I'm not sure like what.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what. Here's the thing. I'm just kind of exploring. I'm not sure exactly where I'm supposed to go. Like I was climbing up to that point, but I don't know if that's really my goal. I don't know if I really need to go there. I'm just gonna wipe here because it will put me back up at that checkpoint.
Ready?
I'm ready. So.
You could have just killed yourself at the bottom.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Ready?
At the place where you always die through the beat, don't die but fall down. I'm going the correct way? Okay.
I think you have to be really fast at this place. There are two options, I think. You can let the bee go by and then just do it slowly, or you can be really, really fast.
So I fall straight down, but then that's what I don't get. Is I fall straight down, but I just go back to where I was.
You just fall straight down. You can get yourself hold, drop just by pressing down. If you press down, you can fall from the ceiling without moving right, and you can
you can just press. I didn't know you could do that. But I'm still confused because like I still don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what my goal is here. Like I'm trying to. I thought I'd want to get up to the upper right there. So let's see. Okay, that goes straight down. Oh, I got it. There we go. Now I got it. All right, I got it now. Sweet. That's what I love about this game is the puzzles are tricky, but they're not overly tricky. Like I was playing a new game recently, which I guess is a Metroidvania type of game. I don't know. It's called Celeste. It came out a couple years ago, and it's an awesome game. But man, some of the puzzles are just like really hard. And after a while, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna play something else now. I figured it out, Brother Bill. I made it. I made it through. So how far along in the game am I?
About 10%.
10% into the game.
I would say yes. I would say.
Wow. This game.
Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe some other guys who've played it maybe also make a suggestion about percentage. But you haven't even really beat even the first boss. So.
There's bosses in this game too, huh? All right, I'm gonna have to focus and step up my game here.
The nice thing
don't
about
come
the
this
bosses,
way. No.
You of course have to beat them somehow, and I came up with the idea that you can't really hurt the bosses, but make them hurt themselves. So.
That's cool. So yeah, then again, if you're just joining the stream, that's a really cool concept in this game. Is you don't actually shoot or kill anything. You just have to avoid the bad guys, it's a very refreshing concept, Slamy. I really like that a lot. All right, I'm stuck in there again. 10% into the game. Wow. Woo! There are 4 worlds, but I've already seen 3 of the worlds. I mean, I only was in World 1 for a brief moment before I fell down into the depths of the earth.
Yeah, but there's still content in the Earth world, and there's still much more content in the Ice world, which you haven't seen yet.
I thought I was in the Ice world. This is not the Ice world?
Much more content yet in the Ice world. So
oh wow!
You haven't seen everything of the Ice world.
Yeah, Sponge, I guess you like Fire and Ice. That's a good game.
I haven't even played this game yet because I didn't knew that it existed, but I think it might also be a good game.
Fire and Ice?
Yes.
Fire and Ice is really good. It's really difficult. And they have a Christmas edition too.
Is it more difficult than Terrakin, or is it on the same
It's
level?
more. I think it's harder. But I haven't played.
Oh.
I haven't played Fire and Ice that much. But it's a very hard game. I'm trying to learn the patterns here. You were thinking about Fire and Ice, Sponge? Yeah, totally. This reminds me. The color palette reminds me of Fire and Ice. All right, I keep going up there, and that's not working. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay, I think I'm gonna let him fall, and then.
Of course, you can also play with taking hits. Like if you at the moment you're playing in normal, and in normal mode, it's still possible to pass maybe 1B or so if you are fast, because currently in this game the damage is calculated by frame, like in the first 2 Terrakin games. And of course, you can also maybe go through a B if you're curious enough, or have enough courage.
I meant to ask you that before. I meant to ask you because there were definitely 3 different difficulty levels at the beginning, and like how did you manage that? Right now I'm playing on the normal difficulty level. So you're saying that the bees will give out more damage on the harder level?
Yes.
And are there more bees? Are there more enemies as well?
No. The game originally, my thought was to have a fixed difficulty setting, so there isn't not the possibility to select anything. And the second difficulty, which was added to the game, was the too easy mode. A friend told me too easy would be very harsh because it would say that the players are dumb, but I still left it anyway. And the too easy mode decreases the damage done to the slug by half. And in the end, the publisher asked me if there would be a possibility to have an even better challenge for the really hardcore guys. And then the pour the salt all over me mode was added, with a name much too long. So it was shortened to salty. Salty, and in the salty mode, yes, it's a joke on people getting rid of slugs with salt. And in the salt mode, you have insta-death, so you're not allowed to touch anything.
Wow, that would be extremely difficult. Yeah, you can use a CD32 pad on an Amiga for sure, Slayback.
There was a question about the pad?
He was asking if you can use a CD32 pad on a regular Amiga.
Yes, you can,
yep.
But only with the hard disk version.
Oh, for this game, you mean? Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, because you need to have a different way of talking to the joystick port, and this was also only implemented by the way the CD32 does it. The driver actually is always present in your Amiga. It's I think it's the low-level library, and it's always present. So every normal Amiga is capable of utilizing the buttons of the gamepad of the CD32.
I'm trying to learn the best way to go here. I think if I go deep. What is the best way to go here? There's definitely a pattern. There's a pattern that needs to be learned here.
There's even a pattern to get through it without any damage, yes.
But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get no damage. Because if I try for no damage, I'm going to get some damage. Alright, I'm just going through it with little damage. There we go. Checkpoint. Oh, wait. Did I not hit the checkpoint?
Ready?
Oh, no. So, okay. So, I guess in order to hit the checkpoint, you actually have to be on the same level as the checkpoint.
Oh, yes, we have to be on the ground level.
Well, now I did it once. I can do this. I can do this. I got it. I got my strategy now. I took a little damage there, but here we go. I mean, I feel a little guilty there because I did take some damage, but what are you gonna do? And it's, you know what's funny? These guys here, when they turn into the triangle, he looks like an angry pizza. I don't know why. He looks like an angry pizza to me. I'm in New York. We like pizza here. These guys are ambitious.
During the publishing process, my publisher asked me if this was a sound effect from Super Mario 64, because there are these guys called Tromps, which do the very same sound effect, but I can promise you it was always my voice.
It's your original sound effect. Whoops.
Yes.
Ready?
I'm ready. That's cool. So I found the lever. I saw that lever before. So I'm gonna throw that lever. I'm assuming that I have to throw that lever.
Ah, no.
Well, now I know. Now I know what to expect. Oh, I thought I could just turn around. All right,
Ready?
I'll do it. I think I can turn around if I'm faster. I was too slow. So, Slamy, do you play you play modern games as well? I heard you mentioning Steam because it reminds me, for some reason, this game reminds me a little bit of Celeste.
Sleaze, I don't know that game.
Okay, I just.
But I also, of course, play modern games like I'm really going for Doom Eternal, I think, but the problem is my PC is not strong enough for that game at the moment. At the moment, I'm playing Freedom Planet on the Switch, so I'm also playing on especially indie titles.
I
Because
love
I
indie
think
titles.
that indie titles get really close to the style of games we had back then. Nice platformers.
I like oh man, my brain stops working after 2 hours into the stream. I'm not even there yet. What's the game? It's I'll think of it. There's some really good indie games. It's on the Switch as well. It's ruthless. Like you have one life. I'll think of it. But look, I'm upstairs now. I see some fresh air. I see the blue skies. Explorer, you like pizza too? I love pizza.
Everyone likes pizza.
Yeah, this does look like Trap Runner as well. Not look like, but it reminds me of a little Trap Runner. Oh, that great question from Salka. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce your name. Salkarafin90 is asking you what games inspired you to make this game.
Yes, the inspiration was mostly the game Snailiad. If you play the game Snailiad, you really will see the correlation because it's also a game about slugs. It's also Metroidvanian, and the original idea I had in mind was to port Snailiad to the Amiga, which would have been more difficult. So I just went for a more original design, because you might see that Tiny Little Slug doesn't have any 8-way scrolling like Turrican does to keep the game more simple, and you have to make sacrifices to make a Metroid-style game without having any 8-way scrolling.
Yeah, I did bad.
I think the best way at this point would have been to just kill yourself without getting the checkpoint.
Oh, let me try that.
Yes, then way will be in the top again.
Oh, it pushed me back at this checkpoint. Okay, I got it. Yeah, because I fell really, really far. Dark Souls, that's the game I was trying to think of. No, not Dark Souls.
I haven't played Dark Souls yet. Is it good?
Dark Souls is really hard. Now I'm trying to think of this game that it's I can't think of the name of the game. I'll think of it. It's an indie game. It's on the Switch. It's on PC. It's really good. I'm supposed to go right. Was I supposed to go up here? I'm trying to remember where I was supposed to go. Yeah, I was supposed to go up here. I keep going left. Yo, what's up, Bobby Fat Gun? How's it going? If you are just joining the stream, we are playing Tiny Little Slug, and we've got the developer with us, Slamy. We also have the graphic artist with us in the chat. I feel bad. I keep forgetting his name, the Explorer. And Ernie76 is also part of the team, and Ernie did the box art. So this game is available. What's that? This game is available as a digital download and as a physical release. What were we gonna say?
Do you want to have tips for progression?
Sure. I'll do. Just so the folks can see more.
Go left again, and go down.
Left and down.
Yes, left and down.
So I'm up. I know you're on a delay, so I'm up upstairs now.
Okay.
Right now I'm just gonna I'll just let it sit here for a second. I'm upstairs now. I see the sky. There's still ice. It's still a little cold.
Just go down. There is a small passage going down, because if you just go left, you get back to the Earth world. You can return whenever you like, but if you really want to progress at the game at this place, you have to go down to the boss.
Down to the boss. Okay. He's asking if you're really into snails. He did mention this earlier, but you might as well mention it again for the new folks who are joining the stream.
Actually, I have a little snail affinity. Yes, I really liked slugs when I was a little child, because I just think they were cute animals. Because I don't know. I think you can take lots of deep inspiration from slugs, because they have no haste. They are slowly progressing, but maybe with thought, or maybe not with thought. I don't know. But I think slugs and snails are cute. I know I'm crazy.
I think, well, I think, my wife doesn't play games, but I think this is one she would like because she loves animals. She's a vegan because she doesn't want to hurt animals. So this is cool. There's no shooting in this game. Sometimes she comes in when I'm playing a new game. She's like, "What's with all the shooting?" She's like, "Why are you so violent?" I'm like, "I'm not. It's just a game." But so I think she would appreciate this. So I just met a snowman. Something is rather wrong here. Maybe the magnetic force field of something big and strong is disrupting space, time, and the flow of the Amiga DMA. Whoa. Whoa. That is trippy. The Purple Haze Maker is, I'm going to figure this out in a second, is asking what your favorite Commodore 64 game is.
My favorite Commodore 64 game? Oh, that's difficult because I like Catechus. Is it Catechus or is it Catechus? I just like it. I like the music. I like the graphics. It's one of my favorite games.
I don't know that one. Catechus.
Catechus is the original game made by the guys which made also Terrakin for the Amiga 64.
Oh wow! I never played it. Very cool. I gotta try it.
So you just crossed a section because the glitch is so overthrowing that you have just teleported.
Oh, excellent. So should I drop down or should I try and get some speed and go over the gap?
I don't really know if it can cross the grab actually. I haven't tried it yet.
Maximum speed? No. I'll just drop down and see what happens. Oh wait, I'm all the way back down here?
Yes.
Oh no, and I hit the checkpoint. I should have just wiped. Oh no. Alright, well now I know now I know how to do this. Alright, so I'm gonna go up.
Hey Smacker, I've also played Enforcer, but I like Catechus more because I think it's more streamlined and maybe also more buggy. But I have to say I don't like R-Type for the C64 because it's too difficult at some places.
The angry pizza guys. I knew that was coming.
I have to say I don't like Catechus for the Amiga because I think it's not a very good game. But in the end, it was the same team which made R-Type for the Amiga, so it was good. It was really, really good.
I love R-Type.
Down. Down to the pass. Not up, just down.
Oh, I'm up at the snowman again.
No, get down, because after the 3 twomps, you just go down, because at that place you have a small pathway.
I have to go down. So right now I'm at the snowman.
Yeah, please go right again. Please go down again, and then go left and then down, because that is the place you need to go.
Okay, so I go down. I'm going down. I like the fresh air though. So I went down, and now do I go straight across on the left?
You just go down, and then you get. I don't see where you are at the moment. There is a face, and just go down in the.
I'll go down. I'm at the face. I see a face.
Then you just go down at this place. I mean, there is a pathway down.
Oh, okay. I'm in a new place now. Wow, this is tricky. So it looks like I'm gonna go down and to the left. Let's see. I've got 84 health. These little rascals are coming. Here we go. Oh no. Okay, well at least now I know what I'm supposed to do. All right, cool. So I don't go up. That's the whole trick. But then if I didn't go up, I wouldn't have met the snowman. I wouldn't have gotten the time warp.
Yes, you can only see the snowman at that point in time, because maybe at some point in time you resolve the issue with the.
I think we're gonna have to. We have a lot of issues to resolve here. We got a snowman. We got a snail that needs a shell. All right, let's see. There we go. I'll get that checkpoint. Nice, and there's another chili pepper up there. Whoa, uh-oh. It took over. I'm not moving. Oh, wait, is this a boss fight?
Yes.
Whoa. Oh, whoa. It looks like the boss can get hurt by these icicles.
You're right.
Okay, he just killed me. But can I get that chili pepper? Yeah, boys. I got the red hot chili pepper. Gonna melt the sucker.
The chili pepper actually is an artifact from a very early version of the game, because you could boost yourself through the game without getting the other chili pepper. But I think it's currently in the release version of the game not possible anymore. except if you play on too easy.
The Slug should have a weapon. No, it's the whole idea, Amix, is that there's no weapons. It's a peaceful game. It's cool. It's different. Captain John Archer. Currently, I am using the Monster Mini Joystick from Monster Joysticks. If you do ¡! Joystick in the chat, it'll link you to them. They're Sanwa arcade parts, and I love this stick. It's great. I like all different kinds of joysticks. I went with the Monster today. Okay.
I think that's one of the difficult things by designing a game, if it is playable with a gamepad and with a joystick, because I don't use any joysticks, I only use gamepads.
I use for me it all depends on the game. Like for an arcade game, because this is an arcade stick, this works really, really well. For other games, I go use my old Wyco bat joystick. And for some games, I don't really use the D-pad that much. I'm not a big D-pad guy. This boss is not easy, because I'm trying to look at the icicles.
No, this is why I always say that this game is not for kids, because I think the game is maybe too difficult at some points. He's trying to kill a face with icicles. Yes, Seb Lemon Amiga, you are true. You are positive about it. You're killing. It's not a face. It's the Ice King of evil post stamps. So.
Well played. I can't argue with them there.
I think this boss might be one of the Achilles phases. I don't know the English word for this, because this boss is very difficult at the start of the game.
Achilles is like a weakness, like an Achilles heel. If something's got an Achilles heel, that means it's like it's got a weak spot.
It has a weak spot, but I think some people really told me it is. Yeah, I made this level. This is
hard.
I made all levels.
Once the boss like locks onto you, you're done.
Yes, it's actually 10 mark. It's the same routine. So there's one routine in the game which does the ice stuff, and it's not that difficult to make the ice follow. You just use A10-2, which is a mathematical function, and then you have it.
So, are the eyes predicting his movement?
No, the eyes just looking at you, where you are at the moment. So it's not a prediction. The movement the boss makes greatly depends on your position. Only your position. So, a trick that most people do to get an easy way around the boss is just standing in the middle platform until when the boss has started to go, because the place where the boss is at the start is only at this point in time. So
how many hits does the boss take?
And the boss has actually 4 phases, and every phase has about the first phase has 4 hit points, and then 2 hit points for every phase. So it's 8 hit points.
Come on, get over here.
Yes, you can actually slow down the boss a bit if you know the positions where you must be in.
Yeah, Spooky, he did a great job with this. I totally agree. And Explorer did all the graphics. Explorer did the graphics, Slamy did the coding and the music, and Ernie did the box art. So, 3-person team. This boss is very, very hard.
Yeah, Spooky Angels just at the top. I can see that you said it's masochistic, but I don't think it's masochistic. It's just about it's my first game I've designed, and maybe some things don't go well.
I thought I asked you that before. This is the first game you've ever made?
Yes. It's
incredible. This is incredible. So, but you are a professional software developer. So, what else? You normally make software?
I'm a professional software developer, but in the automotive industry for control devices in your car. It's a little difficult, and of course you don't need to know anything about game design if you develop an ECU for a car.
I did a job for a German car company. I did a job for Volkswagen. I'm
For
learning.
Volkswagen, oh.
Yeah. It was great. They were really fun to work with. So it looks like these posts like hold them up.
Yes, actually the boss is always looking for you and trying to get you. And you can always, they are safe though, I wouldn't stay there, yes. There are always safe zones at the boss that you can use. There are actually multiple strategies to beat this boss. There are safe ones, there are fast ones. And I think you have just progressed to phase 2 of the boss.
Well, I'm learning that. I didn't know he got stuck up there. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle, as G.I. Joe says.
G.I. Joe!
Yep. Now, having him get held up on those points is key. It's key right now. Yeah. You're going down, evil face man. You are going down. This tiny little slug's got your number, buddy. Oh no! I didn't.
Ready?
I started talking trash, and I failed. All right, we'll get him, Sluggy.
Oh no, you got stabbed by the icicle.
Yeah, that was bad.
I'm so sorry.
I'll get him. We'll get him. I'm not worried. Slamy. We'll get this guy. Alright. I gotta get my icicles ready to go. Oh, he didn't trigger that one.
I think this is maybe the reason because people say that the game needs a save system. But I can assure you, if you have learned the algorithms of the boss once, you can beat it every time. So, like with every game, I think.
Sure. I'm trying to learn it.
I mean, it's like with Turrican. If you lose all your lives, you get reset to 0.
I'm kind of learning the pattern. I should have waited. Got him. Call him back down here. I'm learning the pattern, Slamy. I'm learning it.
Yeah, you're playing the very safe route. There's also a faster route where you stay out.
Play it safe. Slow and steady wins the race, as the snail says. This is a game about slugs and snails, so you gotta play to their strengths. Slow and steady. Oh no.
Did you just die?
No, but I got hit.
Yeah, I have to be careful about the bicycle because as soon as they have respawned, they have the hit points.
Got it. Come on down here, big boy. Let's play. I waited too long. Oh no! Those green dudes appeared.
Ready?
Yes, there appeared green dudes. It's the last phase of the boss.
I thought it was just me and the boss. Oh man. Yeah, it was coded in C. Skull. It was coded in C. All
Yes.
right. I'm getting there. I like the progression. We'll get this guy. I think I'm getting the pattern down now. Oh, that was stupid.
Ready?
I'm ready, Slug. Let's go. Let's kick this guy's butt.
Does it even have a butt?
Oh man, he kicked mine. I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to find out.
Yes, the music is an actual Amiga mod. If you are into ripping, you of course can just extract the mod files.
I have to get the timing down. I left too
Skalkarafiani 90. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. I think the problem with C is if you don't have any optimization enabled. So compilers have gone a long way until now, and most of the code and most of the processors are now optimized for C generation. So if we have an ARM processor, for example, they were designed around the limitations of code generation in C, because today usually software is developed in C and not in assembly anymore. And even the GNU compiler for the 68K target is really, really good at its job. So maybe the performance of the game could be better, I don't know. But in the end, it worked out. So
it feels great. It feels great to me, Slamy. Like it feels awesome. I haven't been counting the hit points, but man, this guy takes a lot of hits. Now, does my health regenerate? My health doesn't regenerate, does it? Oh man. I guess I have to drop down. I got to this point with those green guys again.
And the point where the green guys appear is it's really, really best to be at the bottom. But of course, then you are not in the safe zone anymore. But if if the boss is at the bottom and you are as well, the boss won't be moving. So you can use this knowledge as your advantage.
So if can you repeat that again? I was reading the chat. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you have the green guys appearing, and there's one nice thing about this boss: if you are at the bottom and the boss is at the bottom at the other side, then the boss doesn't move, and you can use this as your advantage because then you can see in a quiet moment where the green guys are. You see, I'm not a game designer, and I think this is also because this boss was the first boss I've ever designed for this game, and maybe this is also because it's one of the more difficult. I don't know. The game does currently not have an outro, so if you play the game, you get the credits, but you don't get any video or so which tells the story.
I took a bad hit, so I think I might have to wipe. I'm never gonna survive the green guys. He's gonna go there. He comes that way. Yeah, I'm worried about these green guys. Yeah, I know this is definitely 90s difficulty for sure. It's really hard, Ernie. Like I can't. I only speak English, and after a couple hours here under the lights on the stream, I can't speak English anymore either. I'm gonna try and beat this boss, Slamy. But I'm worried about these green guys. I don't have a strategy for the green guys yet. I know I can dance with this guy. I can dance with ugly face here, but the green guys scare me.
Just tell me if you want to skip the boss so we can enter a cheat code.
Oh, so there are cheat codes.
Yes, there are cheat codes in the game. Multiple cheat codes.
I feel bad. I don't want to cheat. But if I can't beat the boss soon, I'll do it just for the purpose of the stream. But I really want to beat this jerk. You know what? I think a strategy, which I haven't been doing, would be to count the number of hits on him. Because then I know when the green guys are going to appear. And I can plan for that.
The green guys, it's easy rather because it's always a fourth phase. Because in the first and the third phase, you have 4 icicles, but in the second phase, you only have 2.
I only have 2 right now. So what phase is that?
Yes. This is the second phase.
Phase. Now I've got 4.
Then you are in the third phase, and then after 2 hits, the green guys appear.
Okay, so I have 2 more hits. Now he's just hanging out under that icicle. I really wish that icicle would help me out.
Of course, you can always go up, and then you can just...
Okay, alright. Get down. Come on, punk. Oh, shit.
There's already a trainer? What?
Yeah! Yeah! Die!
You've beaten it?
I did it. Woo! Woo!
Congratulations.
Ah, yes. Yes. Yo. Stoysville, thank you for the follow. I'm Bill. I stream here once a week on Twitch. I stream Amiga stuff. Today we are joined by Slamy, the creator of a brand new Amiga game that is absolutely outstanding called Tiny Little Slug. Slamy's here to answer your questions. If you want to support Slamy and his team and support development of new Amiga games, do !game in the chat, !slug, or !buy, and you can go buy this game and support these guys. These super cool guys, man. Super talented guys. This is awesome. Slamy did the music and the coding, and Explorer did the graphics, and Ernie did the box art, man. This is a small but tight team. I like it. Sponge, it's a really cool game, right? I'm gonna go left. I'm guessing I should go left here. Please give me a checkpoint, Slamy. Please.
You get a checkpoint, don't worry.
Here's the Linux. Here's the Linux dude. Here's the penguin.
Yes.
The slug has found an obese plush penguin which looks happy with its life and is probably a mascot of some great invention in another universe. Woo! We got the Linux dude. Nice. Woo! Was that a checkpoint? No, I'm still not healthy, Slamy. I'm still not healthy.
Don't worry. You don't see any enemies before you get to the next checkpoint, so everything's alright.
Okay. Everything's gonna be alright. I like it. Do I have to go back to where the boss was?
Yes,
Okay,
you have to go back. There is no boss anymore, don't worry.
Okay. Jamie Morgan Just Games. Jamie, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this Tiny Little Slug, Jamie. You're gonna be ordering this thing. Don't even bother. Just go like right now. Just go order right now. You're gonna love it. It's a good one. I just beat the first boss. So do I have to go? All right, let's see where I have to go. I have to go back up.
Yes, because I think you have the plushie. The plush.
Oh, I have to return him to someone, right?
Yes.
I forgot who I have to return him to. The snowman?
No, the frog. Actually,
The frog, right? Where the hell is that frog? The super frog.
Just go to the left. And a small tip, because there is this icicle at the top, which is kind of like a booby trap. Just go left without hesitating.
I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm gonna wait here for a second so you can see where I am. I'm where the face is.
Yes, it's correct. Just go left, but maybe you take the checkpoint, because as we have just learned, even I just have learned that the checkpoints only are triggered if you are at the bottom. So
yeah, so I should trigger the
just
checkpoint.
Go left,
should I trigger the checkpoint?
And if you now go left, you just will be returning in the Earth world.
Perfect. Yo, Ernie, yeah, New York City is completely empty, and at 11, I think it's 8 p.m. tonight, we go on complete lockdown. So let's see how long I've been streaming for. 2 hours. So it's 4 o'clock. By 5 o'clock, I need to end the stream because my wife and I are gonna go out for a walk before to enjoy a little freedom before we get shut down. Yeah, so we go into 24. It's a ghost town. It's weird. Now, I haven't been to New York City in like 2 days, but I was there a couple days ago, and it's completely empty. It's like a movie. Yes, Jamie Morgan Just Games. There is a boxed version as well. It comes with a floppy disk. You can get a version with a box, a floppy disk, and a CD for CD32. Well, I'll let Slimy explain all the different versions there are.
Yay!
Yes, there is of course a download version. And you can also get it on floppy disk for the Amiga 500 and for lesser equipped Amigas. And there's also a CD version which has the hard disk installer. And you can also just plug the CD in your CD32.
Ready?
It boots up right away.
I didn't take your advice, Slamy. I didn't go hard left. I hesitated. I hesitated, and there we go. I went hard. Boom. Go hard or go home, Sluggy. There he is. There's the super frog. He's crying. Thank you so much. Please take this present as a reward. Oh, yeah. Oh, now he's happy. I love it. We got a happy frog. The frog and the penguin are together again. I love it. That is rad. This game is so good, Slamy. I love it. I'm going to go down here. The slug has found a spring. Use the fire button. They're now capable of jumping. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. We can jump now, folks. We can jump. Jump like Michael Jordan. I'm gonna jump. Let's just jump. Boom! Look at that. Oh yeah, and there's she needs her. I know you taught me that the slugs are they don't have gender, but we'll find you your shell there, We'll find your Shelly. I'll call that one Shelly. Oh man, I tell you what, man, this is just awesome. I'm loving the game, Slamy. I need some water. I need some water. Wow.
You just said something interesting because when we have written the booklet, we had difficulties to the noun to specify the slug, because in the English language, what do you call a slug? Is it or is it they? Because there is the genderless singular, and I didn't really knew this before because I had played the game Undertale, and there it was also like the character was the gender was not known, so it was they. And we also did this in a booklet, and I didn't really knew if this is common, or is it, what would you call a slug? Is it or is it they?
That is a question that is above my pay grade, Slamy. I'm not even gonna go there. She looks so horny. Oh, Purple Haze Maker, you're funny. It explains. Oh yes, Amiga Bang. That's a good point. It explains why many slugs don't jump well, because they didn't find the power up yet. Yes, Amiga Bang. Agreed. Horny Shelly. Oh yeah.
It's, in the inspired game Snailhead, it's even more crazy because you find the gravity shell, which enables you to turn around the gravity, and you can also find the rainbow fire laser. So I think the Snailhead is even a little bit more unrealistic than Little Slug.
Sepp Lemon Amiga is saying, why is there no save option?
Yes, the issue is it was really never implemented because I thought that the game is too short for a save option, but in the end it turned out during beta testing that there might be a necessity for a save option, but I really wanted to get going with the development of the game, and no one really said that it would be important to have a save function, because if you have played the game once, you are really fast in the game, so you don't actually need one. But of course I can understand the problem here.
Yeah, like right now, I've tried. I've worked hard here, Slamy. I've been working hard, and I wouldn't mind a little save action right now. Yo, AJD live streams. I'm good, thank you very much, sir. If you do an emulator, you could always save the state. It's a little cheat. It's a little bit of a cheat. You could always save the state in the emulator.
I can assure you the game is slightly shorter than Tyrakin 3. If you at least have some knowledge about the game, you can really do it in one sitting. And you have a pause button, so if you have to pee, you can always pause it.
DJ Billy Nest, what's up, my dude? Great to see you. Pred Seda says saves are for lamers. Right on. Pred Seda, hardcore level. Yeah, AJD, I do. I know. It's not just your name I struggle with, sir. I struggle with many names. Jamie Morgan Just Games has a great question. How many levels are there?
I think with the Metroidvania game, it's difficult to say how many levels there are. The game has 4 interconnected worlds. I mean, you already know the size of the Earth world. You have, I think, you've just completed about 20% of the game, I think.
All right. 20%.
So there's still much more content to follow, and I think most people who have played the game think that the game is at the best point, at the peak of its existence during the Fire world, because the Earth and the Ice world were just developed by me alone, but the Fire world starting upwards were developed by 3 people, so it really gets up with the quality, so you can enjoy it.
How far away from the... Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. Because I can't stream too much longer, like I said, we're going to go on lockdown at 8 o'clock, so I want to go for a nice little hike with we call our wife device here on the stream. Thanks to Scene Cat. Maybe we'll do a little cheat code so we can check out the fire level. Is that possible?
Yes. Can I
Yeah.
write this?
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it so no one knows it? Like, I'll tell you what. Hold on. We can do this. We can do it. If you don't want to reveal a cheat code to the world, hold on. We can do this. I think I have the technology here. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna go over here. And now, in our video chat over here, Slamy, if you send me the code, no one can see it.
I have sent you the code.
You have. Okay. Cool. Got it.
Hey.
He made a noise. He made a noise.
So the game has a wall hack cheat.
I'm hitting the
code, so
last key that you put, and I'm not sure what I should do next. I'm hitting the last key.
You have to press the first key for three seconds.
I did that. And then I got the cue, and now I'm hitting the other key, and I see my dude is moving, but I don't know what to do.
Yes, just go to the ice world, and then go down, because below the ice world there's a fire world.
How do I get to the ice world? I think if I put. So,
but the cheat is working?
I don't know. It doesn't seem. I heard the visual cue that I think I did correctly. I heard the visual cue, and then now I'm hitting the other key. I'm doing step number 3, and I see the slug move, but nothing else is happening.
So you don't are flying. You have to hold it.
Okay, I'm holding it. Yep. Oh, and then okay. So then, which direction do I move in?
So I think you can enable the screen again if you want to, because.
Okay. Let me do this. I'm being very, very careful here. I don't want to.
It's rather cute to see, so I think it doesn't hurt.
Okay, so we'll do this. Okay. All right. I got the finger on the trigger. What do I do now?
Just go to the ice world. Go right.
Go right. Oh, look at that. Got
and
it.
If you are at the ice world, go down to the pokers, the prizes, and then you will see a small hole in the ground, and then you can see the.
How far right do I go in the ice world?
Just go as right to go into the ice world.
I'm in the ice world.
Then just go down.
Oh, I don't know if I'm in. I mean, I'm in the where I was before, but you said that wasn't the ice world, right?
It's if you are in the ice world at the moment, just go down, and then you will be in the fire world.
Can I still?
You are in the ice world. Just go down at the moment. I can see it at the moment where you are.
Okay, it's loading. Whoa. Okay, this looks like a fire world. Oh, I love the music. Jamie, I usually don't use cheats, but being that I'm not gonna have time to get here on the stream, I went with the cheat. So now what do? Should I just drop down to that checkpoint?
Just go to the left, because there is like an octopus or so, and then you should drop there, because this is the starting point, the official one for the fire world.
Oh, now can I take damage when I'm in this god mode?
No.
Oh, okay.
At the moment.
So I just I'm in the fire world and I'm going left. Oh, I hit the octopus.
Yes.
I have a friend down there.
Let it go at the moment, because then this is the official start.
Okay.
Start of the at this.
Make sure to get every bottle of water. I need to get the water now. Okay. Where am I? Okay, so I'm next to the octopus. He's got a nice hat. I like that fedora. Yo, yeah, DJ Billy Ness, this game is amazing. It is awesome. I love this game. It's so good. It's so creative. Like a game in which you don't have to shoot. There's enemies, but you don't shoot them. It's great. Oh, man. Thanks for giving me the pass on that one, Purple Haze and Jamie. Alright, so here we are. We're in the fire level. Fire! It's like a toaster effect. If you saw my toaster video, you got some fire effects going on.
Okay. In the beginning, we also had a fire effect there, because there was a wave going down from the bottom of the screen up, but most people were struggling with it because it kind of strained their eyes. I don't know, so I get rid of the effect in the end.
You know what? This is a whole. I love it from an artistic standpoint. I love the lava that's flowing. This is the first time I've seen something in the foreground. So I've seen, the playing field and then depth in the background. But this is the first time I'm seeing something in the foreground, and it's really, really nice. So you have like foreground lava, then you got the game, and then you have background lava and background molten walls. I love it.
But I think it's very similar to the effect you can see in the game Apidia, because there were grains of Wheat, yes, there's wheat in the foreground scrolling by, so it's a very similar effect, but the thing is that the sprite here changes, so the pointer of the sprite is constantly changed to get the scrolling effect.
Predseda's got a great question. He said there was a heatwave effect in the demo. Was it removed?
Yes, it was removed because during presentation times we had, as we made this game, we were on the Doreco and on the Amiga 34 conventions, and people were struggling with the effect. They were just saying that it looks awful and it hurts their eyes. So in the end it was removed. And the removal made also room free in the copper list to have these the color lines at the bottom and the top, at the top and the bottom of the parallax of the sprite. So it didn't hurt in the end. So I don't know. Maybe the people which are screaming are the loudest at this point, and they should just left it in. But in the end, it didn't make the cut.
Yeah, the transparency is awesome. I totally agree, DJ Ness. Totally agree. Amiga Bank says people complain about anything unusual. Slamy, I'm having a blast, man. Thank you so much for coming on to stream, man. I've had a blast with you today. You're a great guest, man. You're great. It's so great to talk to you, and I know everyone has really enjoyed having you on.
I hope you don't get Nintendo fever.
Nintendo fever? Oh, what is that?
Yeah, Nintendo fever is the sickness of having sweaty hands because the game is too difficult.
I used to get like Atari cramps in my hands when I used to play with those those Atari, you know, the Atari like VCS joysticks, and especially like when you're playing like Decathlon or something on the old 2600, I used to get cramps. It's brutal.
So can you have get Atari cramps and Nintendo fever at the same time?
I think you might be able to.
Maybe it even cancels out Corona. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Oh, that fire guy is tough. Okay, we'll get him.
Yeah, this is actually the mascot of the game. It's Slamy.
Oh, his name is Slamy. Nice. Yeah. So the game comes with a manual, and all the characters in the game have personalities. It's pretty awesome. I'm definitely gonna order a physical edition of this Slamy. I want this, you know, on my shelf to remember the stream, and just because it's a great game to support you guys. This has been really fun, dude. I hope you've enjoyed coming on the stream so far.
Yes. I think the first minutes kind of were, I'm so nervous, but I think at the moment, I mean, we are like 2 hours in or so, and I'm still alive.
I told you it goes by fast, and I told you like everyone who comes to these streams is just super cool and awesome, and there's like fun people to hang out with. So, and they're very supportive, and they love Amiga, so it's like no brainer. It's gonna be great, you know. Oh wow, look where I am now. This is I love the red in the background there. That is awesome. I could see drawing a map for this game. You know, like making your own map.
Do you know the poster called World of Turrican?
What's that?
It's an actual poster which with a drawing of the whole world of Turrican.
Oh my god.
And in the start I thought I would make the same thing, but I think it would tell too much about it.
It would reveal, yeah, exactly. I haven't seen too much. You are fun people, Sponge-Horn. Exactly. I agree. That's why I do these streams, because you're all fun. Jamie Morgan Just Games asked a very important question. Jamie is just joining. Jamie, the game is available to purchase now. You can buy this game now. Do !game, !slug, or !buy, and you can go buy it right now. Actually, I should do that. I'm gonna do that in a second. There's Nightbot. Thank you, Nightbot. You like Captain Crunch? You like the triple monitors? I've got my JVC monitors for video, and I got my 1084S for Amiga RGB. Maya's internet is back. What's up, Maya? There you go, Slug. Yeah, let's check it out. Predsata says the World of Turrican poster was part of the game package. Interesting. That's very interesting. Let's click on this. Let me see if this works here. I love the change in music as well. Desktop. So here we are. We are over at AmigaShop.org. These are also the same folks behind Amiga Future magazine, which is one of my favorite Amiga magazines. I'm a subscriber. I get the CD-ROM and everything. I love it. So you can head over to the link that's there in the chat, and you can purchase the mouse pad for €3.5, or you can purchase the game by clicking here, and you can order many different versions. There's CD plus floppy plus a download version for €32. There's a CD and download version without the floppy for €29. There's a floppy only version with the floppy and download version for €29, and then there's just downloadable only for €19. And you can see like the package is super cool. Slamy, do you want to show us the package again? Because it's really, really nice for the folks who were joining late.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm almost done. Oh, great. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I went inside. You're not on the camera now, so you can come in. And my wife is here. So my friend, I'll get to it in a second. You're not on camera.
Hello.
You can bring it in. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. So Slammy, go ahead and show us the physical edition.
So we have the diskette, the floppy, we have the booklet, and we have a CD inside a Jabber case. It comes in a nice box. I think the color of the floppy varies, but it's not possible to get the same colored floppy every time. So because this is a new old stock. And then we also have the booklet, which of course comes with instructions about how the game how to get it running, about the story of the game, about some troubles you could have with the game, like having to put a tin can of paint on the CD32. There's a nice artwork in the middle, made by a friend called Alex. And we also have the whole manual again, but in English. So this manual is German and English bilingual. And it's of course also a nicely pressed CD. It's not a burnt one, it's a really pressed. So I think that explains everything.
It's an awesome package, Slammy. I love it. It's really cool to have physical releases of these Amiga games. Let's see, tiny little yeah, there we go. So I highly recommend you go. Oh, and while you're there, you might as well buy Reshooter too, one of my other favorite games. Love Reshooter. The tiny little slug is gonna look great right next to my Reshooter up there on the shelf. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, the floppies are double density. Brave Man, I mentioned that before. I'm really psyched that they're actual double density floppies. That's awesome. What's up, Retro Ralph? Great to see you. It is pretty amazing that the game only needs one floppy. That's a great point, Explorer. That's really, really cool. It's amazing that it's a huge game for one disc. It's awesome, Slammy.
Yeah, it's compressed, so.
Yeah, but it still fits on one disc. It's awesome.
One funny thing about it, the decompression also uses the same color flickering like many old games did with their cracked, and we already had guys which were told me they're getting an eye strain from the decompression, but I just couldn't remove it. I wanted to have it in there because I don't know, it's just classic. I feel you. I'm glad you did that. Yo, Retro Ralph, thank you so much for the subscription, Retro Ralph. I appreciate that very, very much. Ernie said for the inside, the original was a pencil drawing, and then he colored it in Photoshop and added some effects. That is so cool. That's so cool. 10 Mark, the box edition of Reshooter is great. I totally agree. K Indiana wants you guys to purchase the rights to Turrican 4. Cool. Overhead. Slamy, is there? Do you guys have any questions? Any more questions for Slamy? Just ask away. In the meantime, Slamy, once you're here, I don't know if he's here or not, but I got in the mail. You know, like times are tough right now with this coronavirus and everything, and last week, Scott from the Retro Bench was watching the stream, and he sent me like a little care package, which was super, super awesome of him. Slimy, this is how cool like
the Amiga community is and how awesome the people who come to my streams are. He sent, he knows that my wife is vegan and very healthy. I'm not totally vegan, but I'm getting there. He sent me this rad mug that says, Romaine calm and let us carry on. So even though, yeah, so that's so cool. So I'm drinking a little coffee from it right now. So Scott, thank you so much, man. That was so kind of you. And he sent this awesome box, man. Look at it, this box. He sent me this huge box. The Good Grocer. I'm gonna switch over to the overhead camera real quick. Yeah, he sent me this awesome box from the Good Grocer, and like inside, it's all like healthy snacks. It's really cool. All kinds of like healthy chips, as healthy as chips can get. This box is packed full of yumminess. It was sent to you by someone who thinks you're pretty awesome. Enjoy. Well, Scott from retrobench.com, I think you're awesome, my man. So you're super cool. I'm gonna do !shop in the chat. That will give you a link to Scott's website. It will also give you a link to thefuturewas8bit.com, who's giving away a free game in honor of the coronavirus. They're giving away Rodman, which is an amazing game. It's a game that we had a Rodman competition at our Westchester Amiga user group party last summer, and those guys are super supportive of my stream as well, and really awesome dudes. !shop. Oh, and there's also a link to my buddy Lucas's shop as well. Hey, it didn't work. Did someone use it already? There we go. Buy awesome stuff here. So yeah, Scott, man, I don't know if you're out there right now. If you're watching the VOD, thank you so much, Scott. Awesome stuff. Retrobench.com. Recap your Amiga now. So that was super cool. I was blown away. I was blown away by the gift. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Slamy, do you have anything else you'd like to add to the stream? Anything that I didn't ask you? I should have asked you.
I don't know. There's still one question about how does the game fit on one floppy. I've used the byte killer compressor, so in the end the disk space went a little bit smaller and smaller, and I really wanted to have only one floppy. And byte killer is a compression algorithm which has assembly level decompression machine code, and you also have C code for the compression, so you can put it in your build system. So whenever I code something and I build it, I always get the compressed output of my toolchain. I hope this wasn't too technical.
Oh no, that's great. That's the really cool thing about these streams is I try and keep it on like a higher level, but then you can get technical as well, because there's a lot of people who watch these streams that are way smarter than I am. So I want everyone to have a good experience. Everyone from beginners to advanced people. So,
except.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Except that I think I can't add anything at the moment except stay healthy.
Yeah,
stay
exactly.
Inside the house, and we will do it together.
Oh, Amix has got a great question. Amix from Amitopia magazine, my man Michael. Is there a demo that can be downloaded from Aminet? That's a great question.
And the problem is, in the beginning of the development, I wanted to have like a demo or so, but in the end, the publisher didn't request one. So the question about the demo is the publisher allowing this? And at the moment, we only have agreed on a release trailer. There is no demo at the moment, but I think we can agree on something. If you make a review or something, maybe you can get it for free or so. I can't make promises at the moment. Of course, I have to discuss this with the publisher. But I think if you get in touch with me, we can work something out. Because a review is always something which boosts the popularity of the game.
Yeah, hopefully you get some sales from this stream, man. I hope you guys get some sales. If you're, it's like times are a little bit tough right now with coronavirus and all, but if you happen to still be employed, which I'm not, unfortunately, but if you're still got a gig, man, support these guys. I try and support everyone who makes new games for the Amiga, so I'm definitely gonna pick up the physical copy of this game because it looks gorgeous, and I wanna see all the beautiful artwork. Yeah, dude, Slamy, I've had an absolute blast having you on the stream today, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing this game. I love it, man. It's so good. The difficulty seems just about right.
Thank you. I hope everyone is enjoying their copy, which I've bought it so far.
And yeah, thanks guys for supporting indie developers. Thanks for supporting Amiga developers. If anyone has any more questions, Jamie Morgan's definitely buying it. Jamie, let me know when you stream it. Jamie streams over there on YouTube, man. I'd love to see your stream, Jamie. Pred Zeta bought it. Nice, nice. Hopefully, Slamy, I appreciate your time coming on the show very much, and hopefully you had fun. At the very least, hopefully you had fun, and hopefully you get some sales from it too.
Yeah, I had fun, totally. It was fun to talk to you.
Amiga Mark, what are the names of some of the other games that have been released recently or planned to be released? Oh my god, Amiga Mark, I would have to be honest, I'd have to like read it. There's so many good games. There's so many good ones, Amiga Mark. Amiga Mark, tell you what, if you want, guys, you can join my Discord channel. I just put ! Discord in the chat. And if you have a question like that, Mark, I can like send you a link to all the new games. You know, the first one that comes to mind is Reshooter, but there's so many new ones. It depends how new, right? Worthy is a great new one. I'm a Skill Grid I got up there. I got Power Glove Reloaded up there. I got Tiger Claw. I got Rygar. There's so many. You know, I'm afraid to start naming them all because I'll forget some. And I try and play them all here on the stream. So if you want to know like all the new goodies coming out for the Amiga, please give me a follow, and I try and stream here once a week. Right now I'm trying to stick to a Sunday schedule, Sunday at 2 p.m. my time, which is New York City time. That translates to many different things around the world. So whenever I start today, it's kind of around the same time I start. I will. Yeah, no problem. I'll thank you, Amitopia. Amitopia is going to promote the stream and the game as well. Thank you. Amitopia.com is a great online Amiga magazine that Michael runs. It's awesome. Amitopia. If you want to drop your link, Mike, go for it. DJ Billy Nest is definitely going to buy this one. Nice. DJ Nest sends Amiga love. Thank you, DJ Nest. Yo, Cosmic Effects. Thank you so much for the follow. And AJD live streams. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. I'm just wrapping things up right now, but thank you for the raid, AJD. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, Amiga Mark, if you join the Discord, I can give you a link to like tons of games. Actually, if you go to lemonamiga.com, do !lemon, Mark, !LEMON. On their in their forum, they've got like a list of all the games that came out in 2019. It's really, really good. Lemon Amiga. Yeah, get your fresh squeeze of lemon goodness at lemonamiga.com. They have a great comprehensive list of all the games that came out last year. Cosmic Effects, thanks again for the follow. Comatron is one of my good friends. He's offering his services if you need any music for your next game. He's the one. I'm using his music in my theme song right now. He's great.
At the moment we have one artist in discussion, but so the space is already filled, I think. But let's see.
You never know. You could always use more music.
We never know. Yeah. Never know.
All right. Well, Slamy, thank you so much for coming on. Your game is awesome. I love it. I love it. And thank you for supporting the Amiga. Congrats. It's also Slamy's first Amiga game. I mean, what an effort, right? The dude did the coding and he did all the music. It's his first game. It's unbelievable. You're a very talented guy and a very nice guy, Slamy, and I appreciate your time very much. And I'm wishing you like all the best and good luck with the game. It's a really awesome game.
Thank you.
Awesome. Sweet. All right, so I tell you what, guys. At the end of my streams, oh, awesome, Amiga Mark. You got the SCART to HDMI converters. Awesome, Mark. Yeah, dude. If you want to talk, definitely join that Discord channel, and I talk to all my friends when I'm not streaming over there. But I'm glad it helped. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for hanging out, everyone, today. So this is the time in the stream when I usually raid one of my friends. If someone's playing Amiga games, I try and raid a person who's streaming Amiga stuff. And Hitch is streaming Amiga stuff right now. Hitch is a great streamer here on Twitch. Hitch on Twitch. He picked up a new Amiga 500. He's not using the 500 right now. I'm trying to help him get it sorted. But I see that he's got a 500 up on his stream right now, but he's doing some Amiga Live online multiplayer gaming. So you can like play online with Hitch, man. Play on the stream with Hitch. He's a really nice guy and big supporter of Commodore. He does Commodore 64 streams as well. So we're gonna raid Hitch. He's a great dude, and it'll be a good time. And again, Slamy, thank you so much for coming on. And Slamy, I hope you come back. And you're welcome to come on the stream anytime you want. Even if you don't have a new game, come on the stream and hang out. And if you're and if you or just come hang out and chat. Like I said, we get like the most amazing people in the Amiga community in the chat, man. I'm so lucky to have so many great people come and watch my streams. I'm very fortunate. So
I really have to say, the Amiga community is one of the lessest toxic community around here. So
which one is
Amiga community?
Oh, you mean Amiga community or mine? Well, not mine, but this one.
The Amiga community.
Oh,
The
okay,
whole
cool.
Amiga community.
I've heard people say other things, but I haven't
What?
experienced. Yeah, I have not experienced that. So I've only had great experiences with the Amiga community. So that's why I keep doing this stuff. So yeah. I mean, look how awesome everyone is. They're so nice. Captain John, thank you, my man. Yeah, and most importantly, everyone stay safe and stay healthy. You know, and it's a good time. It's a good time to use your Amiga. It's a good time to stay home and use your Amiga. You know, you're actually helping out the world by staying home and using your Amiga now. All right, guys. So we are gonna raid Hitch. Amiga Mark, don't worry. We'll raid him. All you have to do is hit the button once I do it. I'll stream again next Sunday. Maybe I'll do a surprise stream during the week because I'm not working, so I got extra time. Maybe I'll work on a new YouTube video. I don't know, but I'll definitely be streaming next Sunday at 2 p.m. I'm not sure what I'll do, but it'll be awesome. I promise. Thanks so much everyone for hanging out today. Thanks again, Slamy. I'm gonna take it to the hot tub and we'll raid Hitch. Stay safe, everyone. Stay safe, and thank you for watching. And Amiga forever.
Amiga forever.
Shine